Live from Chartway Arena on the campus of Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia, this is ODU men's basketball. And this afternoon, as we wrap up 2025, it's a Sun Belt Conference affair, Old Dominion versus App State. The Monarchs 4-10 overall, 1-1 in Sun Belt Conference play. App State 8-6 this season. The Mountaineers are also 1-1 in the league. Hi, everybody. I'm Ted Alexander. Dennis Wolf alongside. And Dennis, big ball game at home for the Monarchs to wrap up the year.
Absolutely. I think they'd like to get their second league win, get this weekend off to a good start. We've had some home games in the league, and you always want to take advantage of your home court.
Our starting lineups are brought to you by Chartway Credit Union, the official credit union of Old Dominion Athletics. For Dustin Kearns and the Mountaineers, Kason Jennings, a 6'3" grad student from Atlanta. Alonzo Dodd, a 6'1" senior from St. Paul, Maryland. Luke Wilson, not the actor, the basketball player, a 6'9" redshirt sophomore from Augusta, Georgia. Aaron Banks, a 6'4" junior from Eaton, Georgia. And Michael Marcus is a 6'9" sophomore from Indian Trail, North Carolina. For the Monarchs of Old Dominion University, Robert Davis Jr., the 6'6" junior from Detroit. Casey Shaw, the 6'4" senior from Charlotte. Also in the starting lineup, Jordan Battle, a 6'2" senior from right here in Norfolk. Jared Turner, a 6'8" junior from Silver Spring, Maryland. And Cal Swanton-Roger, a 7', 240-pound senior from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. That's the starting lineup for Mike Jones. L.J. Thomas expected to get some action here today. And he is, Dennis, the most point guard-like two-guard for the Monarchs. And he's back in the lineup after missing a couple of games. So that's good news.
And I think that'll help them initiate offense a little bit better and a little bit smoother. I think we spoke earlier, Ted. I think we'd both anticipate seeing a little more even of Zach Wiggins based on how well he played against Maryland.
He had a really nice game. And again, for a freshman, you're looking for consistency, but you're also looking for sparks and signs of things to come. Zach's given us all of that.
Well, I would probably argue that I don't think there's been a opportunity that he's been given this year that he hasn't made the most of.
Our officials tonight, Anthony Jordan, Tim Comer, and Ron Taberski. We've got the matinee here on New Year's Eve. You're wondering why we're playing in the afternoon. Well, Dennis needs to still be able to trip the light fantastic to wrap up the year, and so we'll give you that opportunity with the afternoon game here today.
Well, and there's a little change because at the Wolf House, the ball normally drops around 9:30. So we don't quite wait for the Times Square ball.
Mountaineers come out in the black uniforms with the white and gold trim. They'll be moving from right to left towards the world's largest naval base. Monarchs in the white uniforms with a Hudson blue trim. They'll be moving from left to right toward downtown Norfolk. Our tip-off is presented by Chicho's. Chicho's has been serving more than pizza since 1968. Visit one of their 9 locations today, wherever you may be on this final day of 2025. Thanks for joining us. It's Monarch basketball from Chartway. Sunbelt action against the Mountaineers of App State. The ball is in the air, and the tap's controlled by Jared Turner of Old Dominion. He gives it to Casey Shaw, and here we go. Shaw moves to the right-hand elbow. Downstairs, his pass for Cal, intercepted right there by the big fellow Luke Wilson. It's a turnover on the first possession for Old Dominion. Meanwhile, it's Aaron Banks running the attack. Now to Jennings on the left wing. Monarchs in a man-to-man with Banks taking it down the right-hand side against Jordan Battle. Gets to the right blocks, dribbles out of there, throws the ball up, and it's grabbed by Michael Marcus. Now they get the ball quickly to Dodd. 9 to shoot. Banks turns and fires a 10-footer, and that's off the iron, no good. Rebounds batted around, and it's still on the floor, and it's chased down by Jared Turner. Turner needs some help and gets it from Jordan Battle, and here we go, scoreless in the first couple of possessions. Now Jordan Battle at the top of the circle. Right-hand wing to Robert Davis Jr. He puts it on the deck, gets into the paint. Back to Jared Turner. His left wing three is off the iron, no good. Tapped up by Cal, and rebound gathered by Luke Wilson of App State. Now Alonzo Dodd gets past Casey Shaw to the hole. The layup is good.
And those are the plays, Ted, that really hurt us. Just a couple dribbles over half court, a straight line drive, and they got a bucket.
Shaw into the front court, 2-0 App State, 18:42 to play in our first half. KC dribbling on the near sideline, gets it to Turner at the top. Now left wing to Jordan Battle. He goes to the baseline, back to Jared. Jared gets to the foul line, turns and fades and fires a 17-footer that's good. And we are tied at 2.
And that's a little bit different shot we've seen from Jared there, a little pull-up 15-footer where he's normally shooting threes off of penetration.
18-13 to play in our first half. We are tied at 2 here in Norfolk. Marcus, right side to Dodd. Dodd goes down to the right blocks, and the ball is tapped away out of bounds. 11 to shoot for the Mountaineers with 18:05 to play in the first half. Game tied at 2. Both teams 1-1 in the league.
And I could see that as part of their strategy, Ted, is try to get Wilson as many touches close to the basket to see if they could get Cal in some foul trouble.
Dodd to inbound, almost toward right in front of the Monarch bench in that corner. Loops it into the big fella, Luke Wilson, a double-double machine. He's shouldering against Cal. Layup no good, and that's a late foul call on Swanton Roger. It'll be his first, and Wilson will go to the line where he's a 56% free throw shooter. Look to be one of those, hey, we'll see if it goes in. If it does, we won't call the foul. It didn't, and they did.
Yeah, and it didn't seem to be much contact there, Ted, but, I guess it, to the ref, it looked like it was an awkward play.
First free throw good for Luke Wilson, and the Mountaineers jump back in front 3-2. 6'9" redshirt sophomore from Augusta, Georgia. He's a left-hander, and his second foul shot is good. So 2 for 2 for the 56% free throw man, and it's 4-2 App State leading Old Dominion here in Norfolk. 2 minutes into the ball game. Dustin Kearns across the way, clapping defensive encouragement toward his Mountaineers, who defend the bucket to our right. Left-hand side, Robert Davis Jr. Love to get him going if they can, the Monarchs. Here's Turner, puts it on the deck, gets into the paint, the elbow, right-hand side to Battle. Battle penetrates the foul line, back to Jared, 12 to shoot. Turner back to Battle. Battle penetrates, gets into the paint, tries to get it to Cal. Another bad pass, deflected, stolen by Dodd of App State.
Well, he left his feet, Ted, to make a pass, which is always a bad.
Speaking of bad passes, that one thrown away and deflected out of bounds, but it'll be a turnover for App State. The Monarchs will take over with 17:27 to play in our first half. 4-2 App State.
And App is going to try to play that high-low game a lot. They feel like they have a mismatch down low and play two-man game between the post players.
Shaw goes to Turner at the top. Now to Battle. Battle dribbles, gets it to KC. KC to the right elbow. Now to the foul line. Takes it down the left-hand side. Puts it up with a double-pumping layup. No good. Cal gathers the offensive rebound, and he goes up with a right-hand jump hook, and that's in and out. No good. Rebound. Shaw has the ball taken away from him. Dodd has it stripped by Turner, but it's gathered in by Aaron Banks of App State, and they're quickly going back to Dodd. Dodd at the foul line. Now down the left-hand side against Cal. He shuts him off right there, and he brings it back outside. Dodd gets a return pass from Marcus. He's on the left wing. Cal way away from the bucket. They go to the low blocks. This is Wilson. Wilson brings it outside. Here's Dodd's three from the top. That's no good. Wilson, the rebound on the left block, has the ball stolen away by Robert Davis Jr., but he throws it away. Now Jennings from the left wing. Open three is good.
You can't give them that many shots, Ted. Eventually they're going to have a wide open one like they just had.
Kason Jennings buries it. It's 7-2. Mountaineers 16-20. Monarchs had their hand on a steal but couldn't hold on. Turned it over themselves and find themselves down 5 early. Here's Robert Davis Jr. He pops a three from straight away. That's off the iron, no good. One and done for the Monarchs as Dodd has another rebound. Outlet pass, Banks. He steps into a left wing three. That one's short. Comes down to Jordan Battle. Battle 1 on 3. Now Shaw joins the fray for Old Dominion. Gets it over to Jared Turner. Turner leaves it for Jordan Battle. 15:50 to go in the half. 7-2. App State leads Old Dominion. Here's Battle the foul line. Right-hand corner. Take the shot. Jared Turner, no good. And again, one and done for the Monarchs as Dodd has the carom. Into the front court to our left comes App State with that 5-point lead. Wilson, a dribble, and then a handoff to Banks. Banks used the screen from Wilson to get to the foul line. Now backs it out from there against the Monarchs man-to-man. Left-hand side, this is Dodd working against Robert Davis Jr. Now to Marcus, who's got Jared Turner on him. Back to Dodd on the left wing. 8 to shoot. Dodd gets past Davis Jr. Layup, no good. Nice move to get past him, couldn't finish. And here's Robert Davis Jr. into the front court on the right-hand side. Gets the ball to Cal on the right-hand side. Takes it to the hole. Has the shot blocked. He'll go to the line after the foul against App State and Alonzo Dodd.
A good pass by Robert Davis Jr. there to Cal going to the basket, Ted.
15:08 to play in our first half here at Chartway Arena in Norfolk. App State from Boone, North Carolina, leading Old Dominion 7-2. Now this from Team Monarch partner Pepsi. Pepsi, now that's what I like. Good evening to those of you, or good afternoon on the stream here today. We appreciate it. I'm Ted. This is Dennis. And we have our radio station off the air for the moment. And we're going to see if we can get that taken care of. In the meanwhile, you've got the audio and a little bit of video here. And Dennis, your thoughts on the first segment?
You know, I think both teams are playing pretty hard defensively. Both teams are a little bit sloppy offensively, Ted. There hasn't really been a great shot attempt yet other than the little pull-up by Jared Turner. So the Monarchs kind of got to continue to move the ball and see if they get the best shot they can on every possession.
Fans continue to file in. No students, of course, here today. And it's another one of those things where why have a divisional opponent scheduled for the December month? And we could debate that for a while, but it's just idiotic of the league to do that with James Madison, Coastal Carolina, and these Mountaineers all scheduled when a time when you can't get your best crowds out.
Well, and these are three of the teams. Thank you. These are three of the teams that, you know, the Monarch fans can most identify with, and it just, be way better to be able to play them on a Saturday sometime, either earlier in December or later in the season.
It's later in the season and this isn't only for home games here. You've got to have the same thing when the Monarchs go to Harrisonburg to play JMU away. The students aren't going to be there for that game either, which is just shooting yourself in the foot with your own gun that you loaded yourself. 15:08 to play in the first half, 7-2 App State. LJ Thomas into the lineup for the first time here today. See if he can get things organized for the Monarchs as Cal Swanton Roger will go to the line for two shots.
They still have to get back to committing to the running game, and we have not seen that throughout the course of this game. You can't be a one-dimensional attack.
Cal's a 52% free throw shooter, 0 for 2 from the line at Maryland.
The Iowa Hawkeyes, and certainly what we're seeing right now.
First one here today is short.
The Hawkeyes play.
Cal's fighting himself a little bit now, Ted. I think he just has to relax and shoot the ball with confidence.
It's got to be such a slippery slope, though, when you aren't seeing it go in. You're hoping it goes in. Second free throw. In and out, no good. Rebound. Wilson gets the ball to Dodd, and Mountaineers trying to build on a 7-2 lead here with 15 minutes to play in the half. They're moving from right to left.
And the Monarchs now are in that little 2-3 zone.
Banks drives to the left baseline, brings it back outside to Dodd, quickly back to Banks on the left wing. Tries to get past Turner, goes underneath, reverse layup, good. Aaron Banks with a nice herky-jerky move, and it's 9-2.
Well, you can't give up the baseline when you're one of the forwards in the zone, Ted, and he was able to kind of knife his way around.
Here's LJ Thomas with his first touch, a chest pass to Robert Davis Jr. He stops and he pops a three, and that's good for Robert Davis Jr. Hesitated on that one a bit, but the result was just fine.
Well, he was on balance, and he, almost from the minute it left his hand, you thought it was going to be good.
9-5, App State 14-14 to play in our first half. Into the lineup for the Mountaineers, Jason Clark, a 6-foot sophomore from Silver Spring, Maryland. Left-hand side, it's Dodd with the basketball. Goes down low to Andrin Enjok. Passes it outside, drive and dish. Nice drive and dish there, and Wilson ends up with the bucket. Drive, draw the defense. Big fella left alone for a layup, and it's 11-5. And here's Thomas getting into the paint. Picks up the dribble, back outside to Jared Turner. One bounce to the low blocks to Cal Swanton Roger, knocked out of bounds by Wilson. 17 to shoot for Old Dominion. In will come Scotty Hubbard and Josh Wiggins. Zach Wiggins for Old Dominion. Battle ends. Turner.
That's helpfordebtors.org.
Will go out. Thomas to inbound. Baseline right. We'll keep an eye on his conditioning, Dennis. Snaps the ball into Hubbard. Hubbard to Cal. High post left-hand side. Looking for help. Brings the ball to Thomas now. Fakes left, goes right, takes it to the hole. His first shot since coming back is good. That's what LJ brings to the table, Dennis.
Well, he has the ability to drive and finish through contact probably better than anyone on our team.
Visit
13:25 to play in the first half.
The
11-7.
Quarterfinals continue
for
on New Year's Day when Oregon
App
faces
State.
Texas Tech at
Here's
12
Dodd.
noon in the Orange Bowl. Then it's Alabama versus Indiana in the
Into the
Rose Bowl,
paint, little
followed
jumper
by Ole
good.
Miss
Not
and
much
Georgia in the
resistance
Sugar
there
Bowl
for
on
Casey
Priority
Jennings. His
Auto
second
Sports
field goal. He's
Radio
got 5, and it's 13-7.
I know I'm a broken record, Ted. You still have to play man-to-man in your area in the zone. You just can't allow that type of penetration.
Hubbard takes it to the left elbow. Pass awful, picked off, tried to go above 5 defenders, didn't make it. Jennings leaves the basketball for Clark. Clark drive and dish, and the layup is good there. Into the lineup, Chad Moody says thank you so much, and it's 15-7 App State.
And he's a physical guy that contributes for them off the bench.
What just happened? He said TD. He said,
Now here's Thomas. Pushes off on Dodd, gets the ball to Hubbard. Hubbard takes it down the right-hand side, foul line extended, now backs it out against the man-to-man defense of Andrin Njok, who's bigger. Here's LJ on the left wing. Penetrates to the foul line, into the paint. Jerky move shot, blocked, knocked out of bounds. Last touch by, let's see, out of bounds off App State. Monarch basketball. 12:15 to go in the half, 15-7. Old Dominion trailing at home to the Mountaineers of App State. Both teams 1-1 in Sun Belt Conference play.
And that was, again, one of those possessions, Ted, where the guy with the ball is trying to do a little bit too much. Pass it and move the ball and let the guys cut and relocate.
Donovan Raymond into the ball game along with K.C. Shaw and Zach Wiggins and Robert Davis Jr. and L.J. Davis to inbound in the right-hand corner. Brings it out to K.C., now to Robert. Robert goes to Donovan Raymond to K.C. Shaw. He's at the top of the circle. What's he going to do here? Take the long-range jumper? Yes, he does. And he comes up short. But Wiggins has the offensive rebound to Thomas. Right wing 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound comes down to the Mountaineers. App State moving right to left with a 15-7 first half lead. 11:51 to play in our first 20 minutes. Right-hand side, this is Clark. Driving against Wiggins, brings the ball back outside to Banks. Left-hand side, Jennings. Back to Banks on the perimeter. He's at the top of the circle. Now to Banks on the left-hand side. LJ's in front of him. Pushes off just a little bit. Jennings puts it on the deck. Gets to the foul line. Turns, fires, and misses. But over the back. Rebound there. Goes the big fella, Chad Moody. And who will the foul be called on? Looks like it's going to be called on K.C. Shaw.
Yeah, that's an interesting call, Ted. He's trying to box him out, and he kind of went over his back.
He went right over his back. I mean, what's he supposed to do if you're KC? They call the foul on Old Dominion. That brings us to a timeout. 11:33 to play in our first half. Appalachian State 15, Old Dominion 7, and this is the ODU Sports Network.
Red zone, just set up, say we're going to play coverage. And very fortunately, Cowan just makes an excellent play right there by playing volleyball as opposed to football. Block.
Dakin back to take the punt. He does back at his own 7, sends off a right-footed missile kick. High range is over. It actually makes the catch in the chalk on the near sideline around the 30-yard line of Vanderbilt. Put the ball down at the 29. So flip the field position. Vanderbilt back on offense in just a moment. Iowa still with the lead, 21-10, 7:02 to go in the third quarter. This is the Reliant Quest Bowl on ESPN Radio and ESPN.
Rich Eisen here. LinkedIn Jobs is stepping things up with their new AI assistant so you can feel confident you're finding top talent. Get this. Employees hired through LinkedIn are 30% more likely to stick around for at least a year compared to those hired through the leading competitor. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016.
For those on the stream, our radio signal is 1310 AM and 100.9 FM, and the 757 is now operational. They're still working on 94.1. But we appreciate you joining us. We hope the Monarchs can get their acts together here a little bit, because thus far it hasn't been there.
Avatar Fire and Dash has arrived.
App State to inbound, baseline left. They'll do it with Aaron Banks, the 6'4 junior from Eatonton, Georgia. Slaps the basketball, loops the ball into Jennings. He's at the foul line working against LJ. Drives down the right-hand side. They double team him. They knock the ball away from him, but App State comes up with it. Here's a three from Moody. That's no good. Rebound, Donovan Raymond. Outlet pass, Robert Davis Jr. cuts to the middle of the floor. Chest pass to LJ in the left-hand corner. And losing the ball out of bounds is Zach Wiggins. Turnover, Old Dominion.
Just a little bit too anxious again on offense, Ted.
Wiggins out, Battle in. So it's Battle and Thomas and Davis and Raymond and Shaw for Mike Jones defending the goal to our left, trailing App State 15-7 with 11:10 to play in our first half. Big Sun Belt Conference ball game here as both teams are 1-1 in the league. Monarchs 1-1 at home in conference play. Need to protect the home court. To do it, they're going to have to play better than they are right now. Here's Banks. One bounce down low. Layup, no good. Affected by Raymond, but getting the ball back there is Chad Moody for his second field goal as he slams it home.
You know, and they're making a conscious effort to try to initiate their offense with post touches.
17-7, largest lead of the half is right now for App State. Raymond hands the ball off to Robert Davis Jr. on the perimeter. Down low, another bad pass. Telegraph stolen by Moody. Taps the ball over, gets the ball back. Moody drives, lays it up, no good. Tapped up, no good. Rebound to Raymond of Old Dominion. Monarchs catch a break right there as the Mountaineers can't finish on the break. Shaw into the front court. KC puts it on the deck, goes to Battle. His right wing three is good. Jordan Battle's first field goal.
And a good penetration by Casey Shaw, and Jordan ready to shoot on the kick out.
17-10 App State, halfway through our first half here at Chartway Arena-Norfolk. Banks and Jennings play catch from the top of the circle to the right wing. Now they go left-hand side. Now they get the ball back, and stepping back and taking a three is no good. That one's no good for Banks, and the Monarchs come away with a rebound. Into the front court quickly, Jordan Battle. Just hit one from the right wing. That's where he is now. Now to the top of the circle. Gets bumped when he's inside the arc to Donovan. Now brings it back to Battle. Here's LJ Thomas. Thomas with 15 to shoot, working into the paint, into the left-hand corner. KC's there. He's going to fire a three. That's too strong. It's nothing. Falls into the lap of Moody of Appalachian State. Here's Jennings into the front court to our left. Goes behind his back. Trailing there is Moody. Gets the ball back to the little guy. And they work it around the perimeter. Enjock to Jennings. Jennings turns. Tries to get the shot off. Good defense from Casey Shaw. Now they hand the ball off. Running one-hander, no good for Clark. And they end up putting the ball in.
Well, and you can't have the smallest guy on the court offensive rebound and get a putback in. Everyone's got to get in there and stick their nose in on the glass.
Got his own rebound, put it back up and in. It's 19-10, Fruit Gun Company, 8:45 to go in our first half. Jordan Battle draws the foul. Shot no good, but he'll go to the line for two at the 8:45 mark. Rico Helms getting set to come off Mike Jones' bench and run the attack a bit, see if he can get the offense organized.
Well, and, you know, keeping an eye on LJ here, Ted, you alluded to this. He looks a little winded right now. This is, you know, been a pretty long stretch here for a guy that's been out.
And the Monarchs will go to wholesale substitutions here in a moment as Jared Turner, Cal Swanton Roger join Rico at the scorer's table. Jordan Battle on the line for two. First one is up and good. 4 points for Jordan Battle. He leads the Monarchs. 3 for Robert Davis Jr., 2 apiece for Jared Turner and LJ Thomas. 5 points for Kason Jennings of App State. 4 for Luke Wilson, 4 for Chad Moody. And it's a 19-11 lead for the Mountaineers with 8:45 to play in the half. One more free throw coming up for Jordan Battle. Transfer from Coastal Carolina.
But it was just a bad throw by Diego.
That one's around the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to the waiting arms of Luke Wilson.
You know, and Banks is an interesting kid. You know, he doesn't shoot the ball great, but he's kind of a steadying influence. And he played against the Monarchs last year for Georgia Southern.
Here's Dodd to Jennings on the right side. Into the corner they go. Stepping back for three is Banks, and that's around the rim, no good. Tapped up and in. Oh, my. Look what I found for Michael Marcus. A tip in from deep, and it's 21-11. Helms, one-hand push pass to Jordan Battle. Battle gets a screen from Swanton Roger. Finds his way to the top of the circle. Pass left side to KC Shaw. He's guarded by Banks. KC puts it on the deck, spins and takes the jumper from the elbow. That's no good. Another forced shot from KC Shaw. Here comes Appalachian State with Banks. Goes down low. Luckily, they're playing as horribly as the Monarchs here, or else this would be a bigger blowout. It's 21-11.
Yeah, that was a pretty good defensive possession on that end by Cal.
And a bad pass.
Yeah, it was
No?
an errant pass.
An
errant.
An errant pass. The vocabulary from the Wolf.
I always did well in vocabulary back at Holy Cross High School.
Very good. They're still proud of you there. 7:52 to play in the half. 21-11. App State leads ODU on the ODU Sports Network.
Mark Davis with the coverage, I believe, on Reese Vanderzee. That forces the incompletion. Third down coming up.
Tremendous job with the Mark Davis. Say, you know what, we know you're not a deep threat. You like to do things underneath, so I play tight coverage up. That's exactly what he did, getting that PBU.
Vanderbilt fans across the way making noise. Critical third down here. Iowa 2 of 5 on third down so far today. Facing 3rd and 8 from the Commodores 36. 4:45 to go, third quarter. They go empty. 3 receivers left and 2 to the right. Kanowski with the shotgun. Takes the waist high snap. Quarterback cross. Steps up. Spears right side. Now puts his shoulder into the pile at the 30. He's hit. He's driven back. Probably about a foot and a half short. Nick Rinaldi helping to lead the charge. Should set up 4th and short for the Hawkeyes.
Very fortunate for the Commodores because we talk about situational football. And situational football dictates that Ronowski more likely is going to run the football if he sees a light box. And in that situation, there was hardly any defenders in that tackle box area. Here's why he chose to run the football and pick up the first down.
Ronowski has
Thank
his
you.
bachelor's and his master's degrees in mechanical engineering from South Dakota State. That's always a pretty cerebral guy.
No doubt about it.
Field goal attempt from 47 yards away from the right-hand mark for Drew Stevens. The snap, the spot, the kick, knuckling, wobbling, and going through the uprights for 3. Drew Stevens knocks it through from 47 yards away. And the Hawkeyes on the short field don't get 6, but they do get 3. And they make it a 24-10 ball game with 3:54 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Stevens, you know, he was automatic the whole time he kicked for the program. And that's saying a lot when you consider how many great players come through Iowa. With that being said, though, partner, one of the things, again, going back to Vanderbilt, his kickoff return. Yes, you want
7:52 to go in the half. 21-11. App State leads Old Dominion. Ted Alexander, Dennis Wolf here, wherever you may be. Appreciate you joining us. However you're getting us, we're having some technical issues at 94.1. We're available at 1310 a.m. and 100.9 FM and on our ODU Athletics Facebook feed and YouTube channel with our stream here, our booth cam, our courtside cam, if you will. Rico Helms penetrates, goes to Cal, hands the ball to KC Shaw on the left elbow, drives down the left-hand side, and picks up the dribble after losing it for a moment. 12 to shoot for Old Dominion. He was knocked away from KC, and he's going to take a baseline fadeaway, and he's going to miss that, and the Monarchs come away empty once again.
Well, KC is 0 for 5 now, Ted, and 4 of them have been 4 shots.
Here's Jennings to the top of the circle. Right-hand side to Banks. Banks to Wilson. Wilson plays the give-and-go game with Todd and flushes it home perfectly. Luke Wilson has 6 points, and it's the largest lead of the half, 23-11, 7 minutes to go. App State leading here at Old Dominion. Monarchs just 11 points. Here's KC Shaw to Helms. Doesn't take the 3, puts it on the deck, takes the hole, high off the glass, no good. Cal the rebound. He puts it up and is fouled on the way. He'll go to the line for 2.
And a good job by Cal staying with it. And, you know, I think Rico ends up being a reluctant shooter. He had a lane to the basket, but he didn't really give you the feeling he really wanted to shoot that.
L.J. Thomas, Robert Davis Jr. getting set to come back in. Cal Swanton Roger looking for his first point in a couple of games. He's 0 for 2 from the stripe. He'll get 2 more now, and the first one's good. He'll get 1 more. 23-12 App State, 6:49 to play.
And also the spot where they can open up the playbook because of the short yardage needed to get a first down.
And they're opening up the formation 2, 3 receivers right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 1 from their own 39. Pavia.
Second one from Cal is good. So he goes 2 for 2 from the line for his first 2 points, and it's a 10-point lead for the Mountaineers. 6:45 to go in the half, Dennis.
And the Monarchs are picking up in the backcourt a little bit, Ted, which I kind of agree with because it gives, well,
Dodd goes coast to coast, blowing the blow by three different guys.
you know,
Nobody's stopping ball, Dennis.
and they spent a lot of time yesterday in practice, Ted, working on stopping the ball, and you just can't keep trailing your guy.
Here's Robert Davis Jr. with the elbow jump shot that's off the mark. Rebound battled for, and coming up with his Jennings. He's going to be fouled by Robert Davis Jr. Loose balls all going to the Mountaineers at this stage of this first half. It's 25-13. App State, 6:19 to play in the half.
Collectively, App State has been way more aggressive to this point, Ted.
And it's down to the 27-yard line. First down, Vanderbilt.
Swanton Roger, Jared Turner back in along with Zach Wiggins, Robert Davis Jr., and Jordan Battle defending the goal to our left.
First and 10 at the 27. Back to throw. Pavia looks, pumps, backs up. Now heels out of there, running to the right side. Slings near sideline. One hops its way to Junior Sherrill. Incomplete.
Monarchs shooting just 24% here in the first half. App State, meanwhile, shooting at a 50% clip. They've got the basketball in the 25-13 lead. This is Alonzo Dodd, guarded man-to-man by Zach Wiggins. Gets the ball to Jennings. He's picked up by Battle, stopping and shaking and baking. Elbow extended left-hand side. Backing in with the shoulder, turns, and that's just – and they're going to call a foul on that.
Wow. I mean,
he initiated contact the entire possession for Jennings, and they call the foul on Battle.
Yeah.
Horrible stuff.
I mean,
he
pivoted and fell down at the end of that, Ted. That should have been a play on or just
no call. You're exactly right.
No call.
Just an awful call. And the Mountaineers will inbound, baseline left, looking, lobbing it into Wilson. They hand the ball back to Tot. Jalen Tot, a 6'1" grad student out of Dallas, into the ball game. Jennings now at the foul line, pulls up for the jumper. Good.
Yeah, he's got a smooth game. He didn't shoot well at all in their last game, and he's off to a good start here today, Ted.
27-13, App State leading Old Dominion. 5:40 to go in the half. Here's Jared Turner. Hands off to Zach Wiggins. Back to Jared on the left wing. Shows the three, goes downstairs. Left block. This is Cal Swanton Roger. Jump hook with the right hand. No good. Too strong. Tot the rebound. And here comes App State looking to add to this 14-point lead. The going pretty easy for the Mountaineers in the first 15 minutes of this thing. Jennings to Wilson. Left-hand side, Dodd. Dodd goes counterclockwise to the foul line. Guarded by Davis, brings the ball outside to Tot. Tot gets a screen from Marcus. They go to Dodd at the top. Long three, no good. Rebound, Wilson, and the ball's knocked off him and out of bounds. No, they say it's the Monarchs who knocked it out, and it'll be App State basketball, 19 to shoot, 5:03 to play in the half.
Cal needs to do a little bit better job there of pushing him out. Wilson way heavier and just kind of pushed Cal underneath on that offensive rebound.
Joseph McVay finds himself in a one-on-one situation, and Diego throws the bang 8 to him, and he comes across the football.
Dodd now with the basketball, under 5 to play. First half, Wilson leaves it for Tot. His three is good. Jalen Tot hits his first three.
Well, and he's taking more threes for them over the year, but he's only shooting 28%, Ted. So
look pretty sweet right there. Here's Wiggins to the elbow. He tries to get it to Swanton Roger, and the Mountaineers kick it, foiling that attempt.
One of the things that's been impressive so far, Ted, the weak side defense by App State. When the ball is away from them, everybody's got a foot in the lane. They're all helping on penetrations, and they're doing a very good job of supporting one another.
The body clock is starting to go off for what we would call guys who are used to not playing.
Battle will inbound, baseline right.
Get an idea that, hey, we're in the midst of a football game.
4:35 to go in the half. All App State thus far, 30-13.
Around this time, I'm like, my man, make sure that you are awake come this time tomorrow.
It's always interesting. The guy with the broom is over there taking a nap, and they have to send him an invitation to come back out and clean up the wet spot.
Well, the invitation has been accepted, and the task has been completed. The Monarchs will inbound with Battle. Brings it to Swanton Roger, the right-hand corner. Snap pass to LJ, the right wing, gets it to Battle. Battle leans in against Dodd, puts it on the deck. Now to LJ. LJ down the left-hand side. That's a plowing offensive foul against LJ Thomas.
I mean, this team is working hard on defense, but LJ looked like he might have gotten his shoulder past him.
Monarchs won for their last 10 from the field, a 7-0 run over the last 2-12 for App State, and they lead at 30-13.
All of a sudden, the onus is falling.
Monarchs shooting 22% from the field, 4 for 18. App State is at 13 for 25.
Reach a point where 3 might not be enough for Iowa.
No, they need to get some touchdowns on the
Dodd to Jennings, fakes left, goes right, back to Dodd, now into the right-hand corner. Tot brings it out of there. Now they've got Moody left-hand side. Quick ball movement back to Moody, who's open on the left wing. Tries to dish it again. Monarchs can't come up with it. Jennings does. The jumper's no good. Rebound over the back comes App State, and it'll be the Monarchs getting the basketball. 3:57 to play in our first half. App State 30, Old Dominion 13. This is the ODU Sports Network.
4 down line for the Commodores. Here's a play action fake and a roll to the right side. Gronowski being chased. He throws far sideline at the 40. It's caught and inbounds, falling out of bounds at the 40-yard line. First down for Iowa. That's a heck of a grab by Thomas Meyer.
Conversation on the sideline.
And now it's been ruled incomplete.
After further discussion, ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. Second down.
Meyer may have been bobbling it on his way out of bounds.
One is from a Tennessee standpoint that you have to be thinking of the Commodores. You have that many guys boxed in. They're not going to run the football. That puts too much traffic in the area. So as soon as there's some type of play action pass or bootleg, which it was on that play, it ended up being a pass. So read and know your keys and tendencies to be the Commodores.
Meyer, the tight end, comes off. Jacob Gill, a wide receiver, comes in. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 10. Hawkeyes their own 30. Holt off to Gronowski's left hip. Under showing a front side blitz. Play action to the throw. Down the seam. Wide open Benami. He's on the move, and he's undercut just inside Vanderbilt territory. First down Hawkeyes. A 21-yard gain by DJ Benami, who's come up with several clutch catches today.
The length comparison, you cannot have your eyes in the backfield. That guy is number 81 on the stretch, Benami. You have to pay attention to him because he's such a good pass.
1st and 10. Gronowski takes a shotgun snap, pumps, and now throws left sideline. It's caught and out of bounds.
Thank you.
Coverage from Marlon Sewell, and that's another Iowa first down.
First time today we called Jacob Gill's number, but he's certainly a guy that's capable of making plays for the offense in the passing attack. And right now we're seeing Gronowski ball from David Pocket. Okay, if you want to get vertical, I can too.
You think of Iowa's ground and pound running out. They have not shown that so far on this drive. Final minute, 3rd quarter. Hawkeyes ahead 24-17. Gronowski under center. Now he pops up in his audible. Anytime on the play clock, 8, 7. Gronowski takes the snap. Hands off right side. Holt cuts back, cuts again. And he's in the clear. 20, 15, 10. Stiff arms a man. 8 from the corner. And he's out of bounds at the 2. First and goal to go. Oh, what a run by Kamari Moulton. There is an injured Commodore down at the 15-yard line.
Official timeout for an injured player of the defense.
As Jacob, as Josh was saying, rather than struggling to get back up to his feet, now members of the Vanderbilt training staff throughout the 10.
Monarchs again having trouble getting the ball to go through the bucket. 30-13, 3:35 to play.
Well, that was an open shot for Jared, and it's a shot he can make, but everyone's a little bit off and rushing right here.
Meanwhile, it's Banks at the other end. They work the perimeter. Quick ball movement makes it difficult on the defense. Banks gets past Robert Davis Jr. to the left block. Now he shuts him off there, brings the ball back to Wilson. Wilson to Tot. Tot pops the long 3. Good. Oh, he looks effortless with those threes, Dennis.
You know, and again, 28%, but he's taken 75 or 76 threes, so they must have a lot of confidence in him looking at that shot.
33-13, 20-point lead. Fans out of it here in Norfolk on this final day of 2025. Thomas to the foul line, picks up the dribble right there, loops it back to Robert Davis Jr., takes the 3 into the left-hand corner, and LJ will take the 3, and that's short. No good. One and done for Old Dominion.
And even if he was back healthy, Ted, that's not his shot, really.
Meanwhile, the Mountaineers will take their time with 2:32 to play in our first half. Left-hand side, here we go. This is Banks. Banks thinking about the big fella, and he's got it now. Luke Wilson shouldering up against Donovan Raymond, throws it up, no good, but Raymond's going to be called for the personal foul. Not much going right from the Monarchs' perspective here with 2:20 to play. A 10-0 run over the last 4:17. Monarchs won for their last 12 in the scoring drought. Dennis is 4 minutes and 26 seconds.
You know, and I think the fans in here, Ted, and there's a nice crowd considering an afternoon game on a Wednesday prior to New Year's. They just really want to get behind the Monarchs, but they haven't given them, really anything so far to see
Wilson, excuse me, Dennis. Wilson misses the first free throw.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time.
He'll get one more. He's got 6 points and 5 rebounds here in the first half. Second one is good. Again, the Monarchs shooting 20%, 4 for 20 from the field, 2 for 8 from 3. Thomas and Turner and Swanton Roger and Davis in battle on the floor for Mike Jones, trying to figure something out before halftime. 2:10 to go until then. LJ takes it down the right side, leans in, layup good. That's his strength right there, leaning in with the left shoulder, putting it in with the right.
And it's a strong move, Ted. I don't think that was the play, though. They came out of the timeout. They were looking to run a play for Robert Davis Jr., and, LJ was able to get to the basket.
1:47 to play in the half, 34-15, App State. Tot loops it into Wilson on the left block, turns layup, no good. Good defense from Cal Swanton Roger right there as he bodied up. No whistle there, and quickly the Monarchs into the front court. Thomas drives, gets the ball to Turner. His right wing three is good.
Good penetration and a good kick out. So a little bit of a run for the Monarchs going into the half.
1:20 to play until intermission, 34-18. App State leads the Monarchs. Right-hand corner. Marcus brings it out of there to Dodd. Now to Banks. Into the corner, Tot. He's hit a couple of swishing threes. He shoots over Turner here and buries another one.
Well, the guys made consecutive threes. You have to make him put the ball on the ground, Ted. You can't just let him size you up and shoot over you.
Monarch basketball presented in part by Food Lion. Time for Dennis Wolf and the Food Lion Food for Thought with 1:01 to go in the half.
Well, it's pretty simple, Ted. You can't turn the ball over 6 times and shoot 20% and think you're going to be in the game. So the Monarchs got to gradually get back in this. They can't look too far ahead. It's got to be segmented. It's got to be possession by possession. But now they've gotten themselves in an almost 20-point hole.
The ODU men's basketball season is presented by Bon Secours. With Bon Secours, it's never been easier to stay engaged in your healthcare your way. Bon Secours, primary specialty in emergency care for the universe of you. Mike Jones sends out Turner and Thomas and Davis and Swanton Roger and battle to wrap up this first half. See if they can carve into this 37-18 lead and then play a little defense. Here's Thomas to Turner at the top, back to LJ. LJ down the left-hand side. He puts it up with the left hand. Can't get the layup to go. Cal goes and gets smacked. And he'll go back to the line for 2.
But again, at least it was going toward the basket and he initiated some contact. Cal did a good job going after the offensive rebound.
Cal Swanton Roger, 3 rebounds along with those 2 points. He hit his last couple of free throws. He'll get 2 more here with 46.9 seconds to play in the half. 37-18, Appalachian State leads Old Dominion. Both teams 1-1 in the Sun Belt. First one from Cal is no good. He'll get 1 more. ODU back in action on Saturday as part of a doubleheader, a women's men's doubleheader. Monarchs will take on Georgia Southern as Cal hits the second one.
Second and goal from the 1.
So 3 points for Swanton Roger. It's 37-19. And into the front court comes Alonzo Dodd.
And the Monarchs are back in that 2-3 zone here to end the half.
We can slow down this Mountaineer team that's shooting 52%, including 4 for 10 from 3. Here's Jennings with 10 to shoot. Gets the ball to Dodd. Dodd, the left-hander, spins to the right, blocks. Gets bottled up there by Thomas. Brings the ball back, and Marcus will take a three, and that's no good. Tried to draw the foul, and we've got a whistle against App State with 15.9 seconds to go in the half.
Second time today we called.
And that'll send them.
That particular play in which he's offside.
I guess it won't. That's the 6th foul.
Second and goal, ball is
So shot
inside
clock
the
is
one.
off. Excuse me, shot clock's off. Game clock's at 15-9.
Once again, Bone Booth football coming up for the Hawkeyes. Gronowski under
Here's
center.
LJ into the front court,
Waits,
and he'll
and
call
we
a
have
quick
movement on
timeout.
both sides of
And they'll
the
set up a
line.
play for the final 14 seconds. Monarch basketball presented in part by Under Armour. Under Armour proud to outfit ODU basketball in the world's most innovative footwear, uniforms, and training gear. Visit UA.com today to see Under Armour's full range of performance gear and footwear. Ted Alexander, Dennis Wolf here at Chartway Arena. Weston DeWitt back in our Monarch Game Day studios. Trouble at 94.1 with the signal right there. We've got the game on 1310 AM and 100.9 FM in the Hampton Roads area, and of course on our courtside cam at the ODU Athletics YouTube page and Facebook page. We hope you join us somehow, some way, or get the word around to those who are trying to find us. And Dennis, I'm not sure if they're going to want to find us here at this stage, but the Monarchs hopefully are going to find a little something at halftime and then turn up the defense and get more efficient offensively.
Well, starting right here to get a bucket going into the locker room would be a little bit of a boost, and then they can go in and regroup.
Thomas to inbound right next to the App State bench, gets the ball back from Cal. 10 seconds on the clock.
And App State changed to his own. Excuse me, Ted.
And here's Thomas with 5 seconds to go. Nothing doing down the right side. He goes. Burrows drive and dish, and a whistle before the drive, dish, and dunk. And that'll be a foul against App State. And it'll go against Aaron Banks. And with 2.1 seconds to go, that is the 7th free throw or foul against App State, and it's a 1-and-1 opportunity for LJ Thomas. Back in the lineup today, has the shoulder issue, has the wrap on the shoulder, and he'll get a 1-and-1 here. Make the first, get the second. First one's no good, and Jennings has the rebound, and his shot will go short to end the half, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half with App State leading Old Dominion 37-19.
Football Sunday on ESPN.
Time now for our view from the bench.
New England Patriots, who clinched the AFC's 1 seed with a win, and our Broncos lost.
Thoughts on the first half, Coach?
We just came out a little slow. They're playing a lot tougher than us, so we just have to toughen up and fight a little bit.
And how do you get that to happen? I mean, what type of fire can you light under them?
I think it has to come from them a little bit. They got to want to win, and I think they do. We just got to bring it out of them a little bit. So,
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
It is halftime, and the Monarchs trail App State 37-19. Halftime, Monarch basketball halftime report next on the ODU Sports Network.
You can watch some of football's biggest postseason games, including epic bowl matchups, the college football playoff, and NFL wild card and divisional playoff games. Get it all for $29.99 a month for 12 months. Visit Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPNBundle.com for details. Ad-supported plan auto renews at regular price. Currently $35.99 a month. Subject to change unless canceled. Ends January 5th, 2026. Terms apply.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
With Seattle, the only question around the quarterback is not with his physical ability, but it's with his ability to avoid those self-inflicting wounds if, in fact, things don't go his way for the majority of the game. This is a group that has something special. The quarterback is a big part of it. I believe the Seattle Seahawks can represent the NFC, bar none, hands down.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday morning starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. This is the ReliaQuest Bowl on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm Chris Maloney in our college football live studios presented by Allstate. Tonight, 7:30 Eastern kickoff, the quarterfinal at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Miami taking on Ohio State. Buckeyes head coach Ryan Day and the challenges of facing that Miami defensive front.
They're good players. I think Jason Taylor's doing a great job down there coaching those guys and where they play. And so it's a huge challenge for our offensive line and what comes with it. But as we've always talked about, it's not just the offensive line. It's everybody involved with it. You know, it's the receivers running routes. They're not running routes against the DBs. They're running routes against the pass rush. You know, it's the quarterback understanding. It's tight ends and running backs picking up protection. You know, these guys do a great job on defense. You know, they bring blitzes from all over the place, and it's hard to recognize where they're coming from. And then they have this front that just, disrupts the game. So what a great challenge for our guys.
Scoreboard update brought to you by Venmo. Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card, the Venmo MasterCard issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Back to Tampa we go once again with Marilyn Payne and Gerard Cherry. Here's Troy Clardy.
Thank you so much, Chris. This has been a heck of a ball game to this point, and I have a feeling that the biggest play is still to come. Right now, it's Iowa with a 31-17 lead over Vanderbilt, 13:35 to go in the fourth quarter. Bronowski, a 1-yard touchdown punt, getting a 6-play 70-yard drive. That's 2:59 off the clock. Iowa University, founded in 1847. It's in Iowa City, a lovely place. Great experience. Home of over 31,500 alumni, including Ashton Kutcher, Gene Wilder, great actor back in the day, George Kittle, plays a little tight end from time to time for the San Francisco 49ers. And I did not know legendary Grambling head coach Eddie Robinson got his
Welcome back. It's halftime at Chartway Arena. Monarchs trailing App State 37-19. Dennis, not very pretty in the first half.
Yeah, there's really nothing that's gone right for the Monarchs. That they haven't shot well, they haven't handled the ball, they're getting beat on the boards. You have to be impressed by the Appalachian State defense. I think that they've.
And we knew that coming in, they'd be tough.
And that's the way they've played. They're fundamentally sound. They guard the ball, and the Monarchs aren't working hard enough to get the best shot possible, and they've ended up taking shots that end up, in effect, being almost turnovers.
Old Dominion shooting 26% from the field in the first half. Meanwhile, App State shooting 50%. The Monarchs are being out-rebounded 22-13. And the score says it all, 37-19. App State leads the Monarchs. It's halftime, and this is the ODU Sports Network.
Offensive line who had calmed down earlier. This time he said, hey, that's exactly it, boys. Keep being physical. Just now before they took the field, he said, let's go scoring. Still just take 2 score game.
6 of 10 in the third quarter for 100.
Well, Dennis, back here with our stream, folks, not much going right for the Monarchs, but that's why you have a halftime to try and regroup and make some adjustments.
I listened to what Coach Hamilton said at halftime, and I do think
around the 36-yard line by entry with pickup of 8.
Yeah, you like to see Alexander get involved in game. This is a big playmaker for this offense as well.
I do think that there was there is some of it that's going to weigh on the players. The coaches, I watched the practice yesterday. They covered what they were going to see today, and it just doesn't seem to have sunk in to the guys well enough, Ted. And I said to you before the game, I thought they had an enthusiastic practice yesterday, and they haven't shown a lot of energy or enthusiasm so far in this first half.
And you're hoping. I mean, the thing is, when you are up against a team that is ready to be focused on the road, like App State is today, especially at the start, you're in big trouble if you aren't ready to play. And these guys, App State, just came out with some energy and some early success, and that helped them on the defensive end. And I think that was one of the keys to the tone setting that was done by the road team.
Well, and they've been able, I spoke in the pregame about the fact that if the Monarchs could get stops, it might have a quickness advantage and they could push the ball down the floor. Well, that hasn't materialized. And what App State's been able to do is play the game in the half court the way they want to. They start off playing out of the high low, trying to get a post touch, and then they're patient and they're sharing the ball, and consequently, they're 4 from 11 for 3, and Todd comes off the bench and he's 3 for 3 for 3, and it's been a half I'm sure that they'd like to put behind them, but again, they have to address the issues, and then they have to come out forgetting about any of the basketball strategy. They got to come out with more energy as a group.
37-19, App State leads Old Dominion, and this is the ODU Sports Network.
Alexander, the obvious left hip, takes the shotgun snap, back, looks left, looks right, now runs right, might be able to take himself, aiming for the corner at the 5, here's upfield, and goes in for the score. Touchdown, Vanderbilt, and Diego Pavia takes it in for 6, and the Commodores are not going away.
No, they're not. And initially, Diego Pavia was hesitating, not sure if he wanted to pass the football, but finally.
Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
I'm Adam right now. It's the United States Army.
Greg Gadsden, Colonel, United States Army.
When I came back home, I realized something wasn't right with me.
I was wounded as a battalion commander.
I thought I was going to be stuck there. I thought everyone forgot me.
Hello, everyone. I'm Congressman Greg Quinn. Please make sure our veterans get the support that they've earned and they deserve. Take time to thank those who have sacrificed and put everything on the line for us.
This message brought to you by National Association of Broadcasters in this station.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. It's like tiny nails in the air poke my lungs. I start to cough. I feel like I'm choking. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor. Because even one attempt is one too many.
I feel like a fish with no water.
Brought to you by the EPA and the Ad Council.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. This message is brought to you by United Healthcare and AARP Foundation.
Bowl season continues when Wake Forest plays Mississippi State in the Duke's Mayo Bowl at 8 p.m. Friday night.
Taking a look at some of the numbers from our first half with App State leading Old Dominion here in Norfolk 37-19. They've got 8 guys that have made their way into the scorer sheet, led by Jalen Todd, who's 3 for 3 from 3 off the bench in 6 minutes. He scores 9 points, 7 for Kason Jennings, 7 for Luke Wilson. And as I mentioned before, the Mountaineers are shooting 50% from the floor. They're 4 for 11, 36% from behind the arc. For the Monarchs, not much going for anybody. Jared Turner leads the way. He's got 5 points, 4 apiece for Jordan Battle and L.J. Thomas back in the lineup. But the Monarchs are shooting just 26% from the field. They're 3 for 9 from 3 and just 4 for 9 from the free throw line. 37-19. Old Dominion trails App State. Do they have some magic in the bottle for the final half of 2025? Certainly hope so. Coming up next, Weston DeWitt with a look at the scoreboard here on the ODU Sports Network.
At 7:30 Sunday night on Priority Auto Sports Radio 94.1.
The Rich Eisen Show.
He's Mikey Thomas right here on the Rich Eisen Show.
Good to be with you, man. I feel like a noob here on the Zoom. This is the first.
What do you mean?
No, I do Zooms, but probably not very good at it.
Just turn the evaluation thing off for a second. I know that's your default. Coaches are used to evaluate your breakdown. Hey, man, you know
I'm breaking down every second of this, Rich. I can't turn it off.
Listen weekdays at noon on Priority Auto Sports Radio 94.1.
Enough already.
We can do more.
Enough already. We can find a cure.
Enough already.
We can do better for our kids.
Enough already. We are relying on you.
We can come together to support Children's Cancer Research Fund, a national nonprofit dedicated to ending childhood cancer that is on the front line of breakthroughs. Because
it's enough already.
Go to childrenscancer.org today.
I'm Alonzo Moore, and I have teamed up with the American Kidney Fund to share an important message with you about ApoL1-mediated kidney disease, or AMKD. AMKD is a serious form of genetic kidney disease that affects people of African ancestry. It may eventually lead to kidney failure, so it's important to detect it early. Be ApoL1 aware and learn more at kidneyfund.org/AMKD.
Message from the American Kidney Fund. Ernie Johnson and Charles Barkley welcoming you back to Susan's Cubicle here in Accounts Payable. What an afternoon of non-stop bookkeeping action, Charles. Are you kidding me? She set herself a reminder to get out of that chair and move. That's a smart use of a timeout. She's still reading her emails while getting her heart rate up and moving her muscles. Healthy habits could lower your risk of cancer. That's a crazy move.
Stand Up to Cancer at Optum want to help you reduce your risk for cancer. Visit takeahealthystand.org.
WVSP-FM HD1 Yorktown. The Scott Jackson Show is next on Priority Auto Sports Radio 94.1.
It's a handoff to Molt, smashes back and is knifed down just beyond the line of scrimmage. A couple of Commodores converging on Moulton. It's only a gain of 1.
The reason why it was only a gain of 1, you have the defensive linemen make a great effort to beat their one-on-one blocks to get down the line of scrimmage to make that tackle.
Glenn Seabrooks the third, sophomore from Nashville, 6'3", 349, helped to make the stop. Joshua Singh also went on the 2. Good to see him back on the field. Second down and 9, ball to 26. Receivers tight, waist high snap, back to Gronowski, a quick swing right side, caught in traffic at the 30-yard line. That's Reese Vanderzee. He's still about 5 yards shy of the marker, setting up a crucial third down.
Key component of all that is making sure that Vanderzee does not have the opportunity to run after catch yardage. Emerging defense for the part of the Commodores shuts all that down.
Iowa 2 for 6 on third down. Listen to this crowd here at Raymond James Stadium. Vanderbilt showing an all-out blitz on 3rd and 5. Gill in motion, he ends up slot to the right. Play clock at 6. Back to throw. Gronowski throws short.
That'll make it easier for you.
At the 35-yard line, and he might just have enough for the Iowa first down. He does. Jacob Gill, the clutch grab in front of Martell.
As I watched him play unfold, I'm saying to myself for the defenders on the side, get up closer, play the sticks. Do not play 2 or 3 yards beyond the stick. You know you have a full-fledged blitz going on. Anticipate that the ball's going to come out quickly and not give up an easy first down.
Spoken like an old defensive player.
Yeah, that would drive you nuts if you're head coach or defensive back coach. Play the sticks.
First and 10, Iowa ball is home 35.
Back at Chartway Arena, Monarchs gathered around head coach Mike Jones, trailing App State 37-19. And as he tries to motivate his team for a solid start to the second half, what do you think Coach Jones is letting his troops know?
Well, I'm going to focus again on what Coach Hamilton said. I think each guy's got to look at their involvement in this so far, and they have to have pride in their games and pride in their team, and they have to come out and play way harder and with more passion, more togetherness than they did in the first half, Ted. And they got to fight better for rebounds. They got to take care of the ball better. And, you know, they can put that half behind them, but they got to come out right away in this. They can't wait 4, 8, 10 minutes to try to get going like they did at Maryland. It's got to be right now.
Want to remind you that the season premiere of the Keeping Up with the Joneses Coaches Show comes to the Dirty Buffalo on Colley Avenue in Norfolk this Monday night, 6 o'clock. Join us, and we'll look forward to seeing you there. We'll be talking ODU men's basketball, ODU women's basketball, ODU basketball, and who knows what the Joneses are going to come up with. That's the Keeping Up with the Joneses Coaches Show, season premiere, Monday night, 6 o'clock, Dirty Buffalo, Colley Avenue in Norfolk. Our second half starts is brought to you by Centera. At Centera, we improve health every day by providing health plan members with quality, cost-effective health care. For costs and complete details of coverage, visit CenteraHealthPlans.com. Mountaineers start with the basketball, attacking the bucket to our right, leading Old Dominion 37-19. And here's Jennings into the paint. He brings the ball back outside, 19 to shoot. Pass to Dodd. Dodd guarded by Jordan Battle. Monarchs in a man-to-man. One bounce down to Wilson. He turns, great spin move past Cal for a layup.
And they've stayed with their game plan, Ted. Right away, get a post touch, come right out of the locker room and go at Cal.
39-19, and here's KC Shaw's on the floor with Robert Davis Jr., Jordan Battle, Jared Turner, and Cal Swanton-Roger. Here's a great pass from Robert Davis Jr. to Cal Swanton-Roger for the flush. 5 points for Cal. It's 39-21. Now it's defense. Monarchs are going to need a boatload of stops to get back in this thing. And here's Wilson down the left-hand lane. Runs into Cal right there, chest to chest. Couple of Rams doing battle out on the prairie. Brings it back outside to Banks. Banks reposts Wilson, and Cal goes over the back for the personal.
Well, and that's he did a good job right up to the point. He had him pushed off the lane, Ted. And, you know, that's – you know, for someone with the college experience that Cal has now, you just can't make that foul there.
So App State inbounds, 20 on the shot clock. Alonzo Dodd will trigger the play. Baseline left, loops it into Wilson. Foul line extended left side. Now to Banks. Banks to the foul line. One bounce. Low blocks left-hand side. Wilson's going to go back to work with that right shoulder. Ball tapped away by Casey Shaw. Wilson recovers into the corner. Jennings three. No good. And a great box out from Turner, and Battle comes up with the board. Good defense there from the Monarchs. Here's Jordan into the front court. To our left. One bounce to Cal. To the hole. Layup. Nobody's foul.
And a good pass, way to go to the basket by Cal. And you can see how the App State guys, they know where they're supposed to be in the rotation. Someone wasn't there, and now they're all collectively getting together there.
18:34 to play in our ball game. 39-21. App State. Their largest lead has been 21. Cal Swanton Roger with the clock stopped, hits the first free throw. He'll get one more.
He sold one idea, but did something else. And for Sewell, you have to have more discipline. If you have inside leverage, you
eat the elephant one bite at a time. Monarchs need to start with the defense and then take advantage of other opportunities. And that's going to be a jump ball called, and that'll be Monarch basketball off the hustle from Battle. He tied up the missed free throw rebound, and the Monarchs will get control here with 18:31 to play.
Patterson acting like a wall. Well, he's going to leave here, that being Bonami as a first round.
Battle steps back, he'll inbound baseline left. Where is he going to go? Cal sets a screen. They bring it into him in the left-hand corner. Quickly to KC Shaw. Shaw looking left-hand side to Battle. Dribble handoff. Jordan back to KC. KC drives baseline, and he's going to be fouled on the way to the hole. That foul will go against Alonzo Dodd of App State. 18:23 to play. Monarchs will inbound here again with Jordan Battle, baseline left. See if they can get a good look here. Inbound comes to Turner. Turner one bounce, high post right side to Cal Swanton Roger. Dribble handoff to KC Shaw. KC goes to work, spinning down the right-hand lane, turns, fades, fires, misses. In and out, no good. Jennings the rebound for the Mountaineers. And here we go with App State in their black uniforms with the white and gold trim leading Old Dominion 39-22. 18 minutes to play here at Chartway Arena in Norfolk. Jennings finds his pocket picked, and the ball's on the floor, and it's going to be picked up by Robert Davis Jr. Monarchs with some good defense there. Headman pass to Turner on the right side. Skip pass finds Battle. Battle finds Shaw. Reverse layup, good.
Good, and good ball movement, Ted. And that was one of those instances where they were able to get a stop and push the ball down the floor.
That's KC Shaw's first points of the day. He's the Monarchs' leading scorer, and it's 39-24. A 21-point lead is now 15. Can they continue to gnaw away? Here's Banks for three. That's good. Uncontested three from the right-hand side.
And I don't understand how you can look at him the way Robert Davis Jr. did there, Ted, and not try to pressure him a little bit.
They close out a little bit here. Here's Battle. Foul line extended right side to Robert Davis Jr., left-hand side. Shaw puts it on the deck, pushes off a little bit, goes to the left block and fires an 8-footer that's in and out, no good. And the rebound comes down to App State. And here's Banks into the front court with a couple of his teammates. He waits for the rest of them. Marcus now, top of the circle, left-hand side, Jennings. Jennings turns on the Jets, gets into the paint, and has the ball slapped away by KC Shaw. Good defense there. Active hands from the Monarchs. And here's Battle into the front court to our left with 16:47 to go. Here's Jared Turner. His three is well off the mark. Cal taps it up and keeps it alive, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Swanton Roger and the Old Dominion Monarchs, and it'll be Mountaineer basketball. Shooting woes continue for Old Dominion. Monarchs trailing by as many as 21. They're shooting 29% from the field, just 8 for 28 in the field goal department. 42-24, the advantage for our visitors from Boone, North Carolina. Monarchs go to the full court pressure with L.J. Thomas, beaten with a couple of passes. And here's Banks down the left-hand side. Fakes Robert Davis, gets him up in the air, but then the defensive forces the air ball, but it's knocked out of bounds by Old Dominion Mountaineer basketball.
You know, and that's too bad there, Ted. You know, pretty good defense. They shoot an air ball, and we just don't come up with the miss.
Inbounds play for Alonzo Dodd, baseline left. Wide open, Marcus. No one picks him up, and he lays it in. Where's the D? Not there.
That can't happen, Ted. I don't know whether they were supposed to switch that or they were supposed to help and recover, but whichever it was, they didn't do a good job of it.
44-24, Cal goes up, gets fouled from behind by Moody. but he can't get the finish, so it's another opportunity to go to the free throw line, but you need the and ones in those scenarios. Need to go up strong and fight.
Well, it was a good pass by Jordan, and I think Cal brought the ball back behind him where if he had gone straight up, he would have been fine.
He'll go to the line for two with 16:16 to play, 44-24. App State leading Old Dominion here at Chartway Arena in Norfolk. Monarchs back in action on Saturday here, part of a women's men's doubleheader. First free throw, no good from Swanton Rogers.
Off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you
Cal now 4 for 9 from the stripe here this afternoon. He's got 6 points and 3 rebounds. And that leads Old Dominion in the scoring department. Second free throw, good. 7 for Cal, 44-25. Monarchs go to full court pressure. Ball knocked out of bounds. Oh, Robert Davis thought he'd knocked it off of Jason Clark, but the officials say otherwise, and Banks will try and inbound it again against this full court pressure. And the Monarchs get some easy buckets via the turnovers. Defense turning to offense. Looking, they bring the ball in, and here comes Clark Jr. Goes back to Banks, and Banks is across the timeline. Gets a screen from Marcus, and that gives him some room to operate. Now he's going against the man-to-man defense of Scotty Hubbard. High post left side, awful pass, but it's tapped back to Banks to save the turnover. Left-hand side, this is Clark. Moody, right side, wide open three. No good this time for Banks, and the long rebound comes to Robert Davis of Old Dominion. Davis, right-hand side. Here's a three from Jordan Battle. That's good for Battle. He's got 7, and the lead is 44-28.
Early offense, Ted, is going to be their best bet to get back in this game.
Into the front court comes Alonzo Dodd. Meanwhile, the Mountaineers aren't in any hurry to do anything. They've got the big lead on the road. Clark to Moody, left-hand side. Dodd back to Moody. Moody downstairs and gets fouled. And that'll bring us to our first media timeout of the second half. 15-19 to play at Chartway Arena in Norfolk. Do the Monarchs have a major comeback in them on this final day of the year? We'll find out. 44-28, App State leads ODU on the ODU Sports Network.
Plenty of time on the play clock. 13, 12. Now Regan in motion, heading left side. Gronowski pops up again. 5 on the play clock. Now a timeout finally called by Iowa.
Correction. It'll be 30 seconds. Troy, I'm saying it myself. Why are they not going for the field goal? They have an automatic kick with Drew Stevens. Makes no whatsoever, but I get what they're doing. Sure. You've been undisciplined for the most part throughout the day on the part of Vanderbilt Built's defensive front of jumping off sides. So let's see. We give a hard count if they'll jump off sides. To the credit of the Commodores, they did not do that.
Vandy has been whistled 9 times today. Iowa's been called for 4 penalties. They averaged 2.8 penalties per game coming into the day. Second in all of FBS.
Well, Coach Rowe just been good ones.
44-yard field goal taken by Drew Stevens. Ball shaded towards the left hash mark. Kicking with the wind, the snap, the kick, relatively low, and it is good. Big kick by Drew Stevens, who has made more field goals than anyone in Iowa history. That's a pretty big one that he just got. Makes it a 2-score game and gives Iowa a 34-24 lead with 4:13 to go.
Make your next ODU visit unforgettable at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, the only hotel right on campus. Guests enjoy exclusive alumni and family discounts, complimentary breakfast, and on-site dining at Monarch Recovery Sports Grill. For group bookings, event space, or special ODU weekends, call Spring Hill Suites at 757-423-4100 and ask for Naomi in sales. 44-28, Old Dominion trails App State, 15-19 to go. Dennis, it starts at the defensive end, doesn't it?
It does, and they played with a little bit more energy and passion, in the first 5 minutes of this half. They've pushed the ball down when they've gotten stops, and they've gotten a couple open looks, and they just got to gradually chip away at this lead, Ted.
Monarch fans, Food Line is the proud sponsor of the Score to Give More program. For each free throw the Monarchs make in today's game, Food Line will donate 100 meals to a local area food bank, and thus far, the Monarchs from the free throw line are 6 for 13. So we'll keep track on that and keep you up to date with the Food Lion score to give more program. All right, Scotty Hubbard and Jordan Battle, L.J. Thomas, Robert Davis Jr., and Cal Swanton-Roger playing defense. And here's Wilson working against Cal. Ball slapped away, stolen by Battle. 1-on-3, now 2-on-3. Battle trying to go coast to coast, throws it up wildly and wastes the possession. And LJ comes up with the foul in the background.
I mean, it's a good push, and then it's a horrible shot. I mean,
yeah, that's a horrible shot.
1-on-4, and he just threw the ball at the basket. He did a good job of helping down on Wilson to get a steal, but it ends up being a wasted possession.
Monarchs have done a good job with the help defense in this second half, leading to some steals and some turnovers, but you got to cash in at the other end when you're down 44-28. So here we go, App State basketball with Alonzo Dodd into the front court. Test pass to Jennings on the right wing, guarded by Battle. Now push pass to the big fellow Wilson, who's at the top of the circle. Back to Dodd on the wing. Njok has the basketball now as they work perimeter action. Hubbard playing good defense against Njok there. Here comes down the lane, throw it up, no good for Jason Clark, but he's fouled on the way. They're going to call Jordan Battle with the foul, who's having a word or two with the officials.
Well, he's trying to tell the ref it's the same play that happened on the other end to him, but it wasn't Ted.
Now, 4 Monarchs are talking to one official right here. What's the deal with this?
I don't know. Strength in numbers.
44-28. Monarchs trail is Jason Clark, a 69% free throw shooter, goes to the line for the first time. He's got 2 points thus far today, and the first free throw is good. He'll get one more, the sophomore from Silver Spring, Maryland.
36, 4:03 to go. Alexander, Pavia's left hip. 3 seconds on the play.
Second one is up, and that one's no good, and the score remains 45-28. Quickly, Thomas into the front court. Back from the shoulder issues that kept him out a couple of games. LJ directing traffic from the top of the circle, guarded by Jason Clark. Gets the foul line extended. Now to Battle at the top. Battle back to LJ. LJ back to Battle at the top. He works the left-hand side now to Robert Davis Jr. Davis, great look to Cal. Cal takes it to the hole and lays it in.
Well, that was as much a travel as I think I've seen in a long time in college basketball.
Travel? I saw no travel. I saw no travel.
Well, I would hesitate. I think you might be a little bit biased in your interest in getting the Monarchs back in the game.
I will not deny.
It appeared to me
there was an extra step or 2 or 3.
I mean, it's I don't know.
14
wasn't Earl Monroe.
We're going to take a break. 14-11 to go. 45-30. Monarchs within 15. We're down by 21. Can something incredible happen on New Year's Day afternoon or New Year's Eve day afternoon? Can we figure out any more ways to describe what type of day and date this is? No. We'll take a break. Be quiet, Ted. ODU Sports Network.
First down, Vanderbilt. Very heads-up playing. Great catch on the part of Junior Sherrill. Recognizing what is at stake here. We need to stop the clock. And we need to be in a position where we are no longer going to let the clock take away. So great play on this part.
44-yard gain. Shotgun snap on 1st and 10. Pavia wants the in it for Richardson. Incomplete at the goal line. The post pattern run by Richardson. The ball in the air and the coverage by Zach Butler. Because I think he just got enough fingertips on it to swat it away. 2nd and 10.
Certainly did. And for Diego, he has to put that ball further out front for Richardson to get to. Because certainly Richardson that got inside on Lutmer, who's a very good coverage safety for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Diego Pavia is thrown for 338 yards today. 228 of those yards coming in the second half. 3 receivers bunched wide to the left, 1 man split wide to the right. Alexander in the backfield. The snap back to Pavia. Under pressure. Sends a pop 5. Down the near hash, overthrown, incomplete. Pass was intended for Rich Hoskins. Pavia might have had to deliver that one a bit quicker than he wanted to because of the pressure. 4th and 10.
It's this or cry, my friend.
Nope. I think I would prefer this.
Commodores pick up the blitz. Couple with run the screenplay. I can see a situation where they could take that play to the house because you're getting so much pressure up front by the Hawkeyes.
Monarch basketball presented in part by Team Monarch partner Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group. It's your home, own it. Choose the team that's been lending with pride in the 757 for nearly 30 years. Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group is the official mortgage company of ODU Athletics. 14-11 to play in the year for ODU. They trail App State 45-30. Need to keep playing defense and getting good looks offensively. Right now they've gone to full court pressure.
And it's a good strategy. I think Coach Jones has got to try to get this game muddied up and get our guys a little fired on a more cylinder type of deal.
Dodd brings the ball into Jennings. Jennings, jump pass, gets it to Marcus. Marcus finally gets the ball back to Dodd, and Dodd moves into the front court after 9 seconds. One more second, Monarchs would have gotten the turnover. But here's Dodd working right-hand side to Clark. Clark deep on the right wing, guarded man-to-man by Jordan Battle. Now to Wilson at the top. Cal's out there at the top of the circle. Bring it back to Dodd with 7 on the shot clock. Deep on the left wing. Moves it into the corner. Dribbles his way into the paint. Turns and fires an 8-footer. That's no good. And the rebound's going to come down to Swanton Roger on the floor, and they're going to tie him up down there. And that will be a jump ball, and it'll be App State basketball.
Good defense by the Monarchs. They just didn't finish the play by getting a clean rebound.
Monarchs 4 for 11 from 3 today, 10 for 31 overall from the field. They're shooting at a 32% clip. 13:36 to go, 45-30. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Alonzo Dodd and the App State Mountaineers, who come in 1-1 in the league, just like Old Dominion. Looking, loops it into Marcus. He's on the paint, on the blocks, and he just makes the catch too deep and puts it in.
Well, they get caught in a switch, and because they got caught in the switch, they end up Marcus guarded by Battle.
Battle working with Hubbard, swings it left-hand side.
And App State's playing a little bit of a matchup zone now, Ted, with Davis Jr. probably out of the game.
Hubbard to Battle. Downstairs, KC Shaw on the right block, and he's fouled. And that foul will go, I believe, against Jennings of App State. Jared Turner going to come into the lineup for Old Dominion. And let's see, he'll replace Scotty Hubbard.
And since then, it has been back and forth, end zone to end zone.
Monarch basketball, 20 to shoot, 13-10 to play, down 47-30. Battle brings it into Cal, baseline right. Couple of dribbles, nobody's moving. Then he gets the ball back to LJ Thomas. LJ takes it down the right-hand side into the corner to Shaw, quickly to Turner at the top. He takes it down, running one-hander, good.
And that's, you like to see a little more of that out of Jared, and that'll kind of complement his three-point shooting.
47-32. There's a plowing foul, and they're going to call it on Jared Turner.
Well, you compliment his energy there, Ted. It just wasn't a very smart play.
You aren't going to get that call a lot, especially when both players are moving. He tried to draw the charge at the top of the circle, but he just was not in position to get the call. Inbounds play comes to Dodd. Between the circles, guarded by KC Shaw. Now to Jones at the top. Wilson at the top. Dodd again. Hands the ball to Clark. Clark puts it on the deck to the top of the circle. Now to Jennings. Jennings looks up at the shot clock. It says 7. He puts it on the deck. It's in the paint. Turns, spins, fires, misses badly. And we've got a foul that's going to go against App State as Battle was battling for the rebound.
Good one-on-one defense there that time. And the Monarchs have gotten more physical in the first 8 minutes of the second half.
And I think a question would be, how do you apply this to the first 10 minutes of a game? How do you figure out a way to do that?
Well, clearly they now have consecutive games where they've had a really rough start, and they're going to have to figure it out as the year goes along.
3:30 tip-off on Saturday. They'll be taking on Georgia Southern. Toyota pregame show from Chartway Arena at 3 o'clock. That's right after the ODU women play at 1 o'clock. So a doubleheader of action here at Chartway Arena on Saturday afternoon. Matt Hatfield and Sean DeBerry have the call. Our coverage begins at 12:30 from Chartway Arena on Saturday.
Moving 2:14 to go. Has just one timeout remaining.
So Mike Jones making some adjustments. Battle, Davis, Swanton Roger, Shaw, and Turner on the floor. And KC will bring it across.
And it looks like App is now gone back into this little matchup zone.
And the Monarchs solve it in time. They're down 15. 12-15 to go. Plenty of time, but you've got to start being more and more efficient. Here's Battle for 3. No good, off the back of the iron, and the rebound comes down to Tot, who's into the ball game. Tot finds Banks, and Banks sees that he gets it to Wilson. Wilson now to Jennings to the foul line. He goes down the right-hand side into the right-hand corner. Here comes Banks into the paint, left-hand side. Todd, who hasn't missed from three until right then. It comes up woefully short, grabbed by Jared Turner. Now Davis Jr. finds Jordan Battle on the right-hand side. Back to Robert. Straightaway three for Davis Jr. No good. Long rebound comes down to Banks of App State. Good look for Robert, but not good enough. Jennings gets the ball to Marcus, and he lays it in.
A terrible defensive transition.
49-32, App State. 11:30 to play. Left-hand side, Shaw back to Battle. Puts it on the deck now to Turner. Turner has Tot in front of him. Should be able to take him to the cleaners if he wants. Instead, it's a Shaw turnaround jumper that hasn't worked all night and doesn't right there. And here into the front court comes Banks of App State. 11:10 to play. 49-32 Mountaineers lead here in Norfolk. Now it's Jennings with a screen from Wilson. Doesn't get him much room. Goes between his legs, spins, shakes and bakes on the right blocks. Brings all the way through. A lot of dribbling there. Finally goes to Banks. Banks against Robert Davis Jr. Puts his shoulder into him, creates some space, and hits the jumper.
Well, that's a song we've heard plenty of times this year.
51-32, App State, 10:42 to play. Battle, guarded by Todd. A screen from Swanton Roger. A pass to Turner on the left-hand side. Goes back to Jordan. Jordan fakes the three, puts it on the deck, takes it to the hole. Layup good, and he's fouled, and it counts. Chance for an and one opportunity for Jordan Battle with 10:31 to play and a 51-34 deficit to look at. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with the two teams. Back to Chartway Arena in a moment. Monarch basketball continues in a moment on the ODU Sports Network.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Are you ready to unleash the beast? Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors.
I want to remind you, you've got a doubleheader here on Saturday. Women's action, then men's action. The ODU women take on Georgia State at 1 o'clock. And then the Monarch men take on Georgia Southern at 3:30. Double dip. You remember the days of the double dip?
I did. Ernie Banks. Let's play two.
Let's play two.
The college football playoff isn't over. Not yet. That epic run, that wild dream, not over till the clock hits zero. Till the stadium
51-34, 10:31 to go. Monarch basketball presented in part by High Val Industries. Visit highval.com for all your hydraulic needs. High Val proudly serving their customers for over 47 years. 10:31 to play here, Dennis. Can Mike Jones work some magic? Can the defense turn up the heat? Can App State be put in a position where they're a little more stressed? Because it's been a fairly relaxed day for them. They haven't played with a lot of anxiety, and therefore you can play better.
You know, I think the word I would come up with for their performance is workmanlike.
Yeah.
You know, they had a game plan. They all were locked in on how they want to go about their business, and they've been able to do that so far in this game.
They're shooting 50% from the field, 4 for 11 from 3, and 3 for 4 from the foul line. And as we come back, Jordan Battle will be on the charity stripe looking to complete the three-point play and bring the Monarchs to within 16.
7 grabs, 100.
It was 37-19 at the half. App State led virtually the entire way. Free throw good for Battle, who's now into double figures with 10. Full court pressure from Old Dominion.
And it looks like the Monarchs are going to go with 4 guards now.
4 guards and Donovan Raymond in the ball game. Inbounds comes to Banks, and he moves it into the front court against the man-to-man defense of Robert Davis Jr. A screen from Wilson, who rolls to the hole. Banks continues to dribble now to Dodd on the right side. Great anticipation from Donovan Raymond. Comes up with a steal, anticipating that pass to the post. Here's Shaw down the right side. Layup good for KC Shaw.
Again, early offense, good job by Donovan Raymond, and a good finish by KC.
51-37. Monarchs haven't been this close in a while. They've got 10 minutes to go, and Robert Davis Jr. is going to draw the personal foul on Todd 30 feet away from the bucket.
Not a smart play there, Ted. You get a good run-out basket, sit down and play defense. You don't need to make a steal, just play solidly.
Because they did everything necessary to play it.
KC Shaw now 2 for 10 shooting.
Opportunities when it presented itself.
See if they can get him going a little bit. 51-37, 9:57 to play. App State with the lead in the basketball here at Chartway Arena-Norfolk. Right-hand side, foul line extended. This is Banks. Banks goes to the free throw stripe. Marcus has the basketball, guarded there by Zach Wiggins. Now to Tot. Tot against Battle. Gets past him, takes it to the hole. Swatted away by Raymond, and that'll be a goaltend. And Tott's been a fly in the ointment here for the Monarchs. A little too easy right there, dusting his defender.
You know, and that's a tough play, Ted. Donovan's going to go after it. It looked like the ball wasn't going to go in.
Correct, but it had cleanly come off the backboard. 9.5 to go, 53-37. App State leads Old Dominion. Here's Battle. Battle, awful pass, picked off by Marcus. Marcus drives, lays it up and in. Michael Marcus into double figures. He's got 10 points for App State, and the lead is 55-37 with 9:13 to go.
And we've become very stagnant against this matchup zone.
Battle and Shaw working the perimeter right here. Snap pass down low. Wiggins to the hole, misses the layup. Good pass right there, but Zach couldn't finish at the rim. With 9 minutes to go, App State has the basketball in a 55-37 lead.
And it's good to see Zach back in the game, Ted. I thought we might see a little more of him, but
impressive stuff.
Hopefully he can get some good minutes here.
Raymond coming out to try and hound the Mountaineers, and quickly they work the ball around. And down the right-hand side goes Dodd, and the layup is good. When they're showing patience, they're getting whatever they want. And we've got a timeout.
And the closeouts are, you know, half speed, and the guys are lunging, and the next thing you know, they're driving. The body language isn't what it needs to be right now, Ted, when you're trying to get back in the game.
8:36 to play, 57-37. And again, we talked about the doubleheader coming to Chartway Arena on Saturday. The ODU women's team will take on Georgia State at 1 o'clock. The Monarch men take on Georgia Southern at 3:30. And if you're jonesing for some more hoops between now and then, the ODU women back in action here at Chartway tomorrow. They will take on Georgia Southern. That's a tomorrow at 2 o'clock game. Matt Hatfield, Sean and DeBerry, the call on the ODU Sports Network tomorrow at 1:30. That's when our coverage begins with the Toyota pregame show. So lots of hoops here at Chartway the next 72 hours or so as we wrap up 2025 and kick off 2026.
Thank you very much.
30-second timeout finished. Monarch basketball down 20 with 8.5 to go. So Thomas and Battle and Shaw and Raymond and Davis Jr. Here's LJ. Pass to Battle. Back to LJ at the top. Works the right-hand side. Penetrates the elbow. One bounce to KC Shaw. Works the reverse layup. Nobody's fouled by Wilson.
On ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
You know, and that's a way to look down to the short corner, Ted. That's always a good area to attack a zone. And Casey did a good job of using the rim to ward off the defender.
Monarch basketball brought to you in part by Chartway Credit Union, the official credit union of ODU Athletics. Chartway Credit Union, big enough to empower you, small enough to remember you. Become a member today. KC Shaw's first free throw swishes. And he's got 5 points, looking for number 6. Not a good shooting night for Old Dominion. Or shooting afternoon, I should say. Shaw 2 for 10. Davis Jr. 1 for 4. Thomas 2 for 6. Turner 3 for 7. Swanton Roger 2 for 4. And 5 for 10 from the foul line. Second one in and out for KC. And the lead remains 57-38, 8:15 to go. Banks now for App into the front court. Gets the ball to Marcus, left-hand side. Dodd trying to burn some clock now as we head to the 8-minute mark.
Are we ready?
19-point lead for App State here on the road. App State spinning in the lane. Back to Dodd goes Banks. Dodd working on Battle, loses it off his foot. And here's a long three from top that's in and out, no good. And the rebound comes down to App State. And we've got whistles and players all over the ground. Look like a bunch of bowling pins there on league night.
Yeah, I don't know who they got the foul on here. It was
I wonder if they were concerned about the safety of the players with 3 of them on the ground. And meanwhile, athletic trainer Jason Mitchell comes out to have a look.
It looks like they're going to look at this play. I don't even know what the call was. Or did they not make a call?
I know we've got a timeout on the floor, and with 7:49 to go, we'll take it with them. 57-38, App State leads Old Dominion on the ODU Sports Network.
You feel that? It's a special NFL on ESPN Saturday doubleheader. Feeling the NFC South title on the line as Bryce Young and the Panthers take on Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. Then, the NFC's #1 seed is up for grabs as Sam Darnold and the Seahawks face Brock Purdy and the 49ers. Feeling end-of-season stakes and the playoff picture taking shape. Feeling Panthers,
calling a common foul on LJ Thomas on that one.
Saturday on ABC and ESPN, also streaming on the ESPN app.
The Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny. Absolute fireworks in Jacksonville right now. It really feels like the Jacoby Myers edition suddenly moved everybody into the right role. And then Trevor seems like he has complete conviction. I'm not surprised if the Jags offense is firing.
If you're looking for that Monarch defense to crank it up a bit, hasn't happened. App State 5 for their last 6 from the field. And again, these type of epic comebacks, you need defense and you need offensive execution, and Monarchs haven't been able to do it.
Well, and as you get closer to the end of the game, you get way less opportunities. There's not as many possessions, and if you have a wasted possession on either end, which we've had a number of, you really hurt your chances of coming back in the game.
Download the ESPN app and get over 47,000 live events all year long. All of ESPN, all in one place. ESPN, always in season.
Football Sunday on ESPN Radio. The Miami Dolphins face the New England Patriots, who clinched the AFC.
Ted Alexander, Dennis Wolf here at Chartway Arena in Norfolk. Weston DeWitt back in our Monarch Game Day studios, wherever you may be on this final day of 2025. Thanks for hanging with us. We appreciate those that have made their way through the technical difficulties we've had with our broadcast here today and hanging with us. The Monarchs have had some technical difficulties basketball-wise today. They trail App State here at Chartway 57-38 with 7:49 to go. Monarchs in danger of going 1-2 in the league, all games at home. Meanwhile, the Mountaineers are looking good for their first road league win of the year.
And as we talked in the pregame, that they've been on the road a little bit to different places. Maybe not as tough an environment as this, but they've won on the road. So, they came in and, we wondered how their time off would work for them, and it clearly worked in their favor. They have a game plan that they've been executing to this point.
Well, one of the things you need when you're at home, you need your team to energize the crowd, therefore making the crowd more effective against the opponent. And the Monarchs just haven't been able to do that today.
No, and it's really confusing to me, Ted. I thought there was really good energy in practice yesterday. There was seemingly a connectedness, and they haven't carried that over to the game today.
They're taking a look at a replay where a bunch of folks fell to the floor. They've called a foul on L.J. Thomas, and I'm not sure what else they're looking for here, Dennis.
No, they're spending a lot of time, and I think that, based on the view we had, that it looks like that's all it is.
Monarchs are 4 for 13 from beyond the arc. The Mountaineers are 5 for 16 today, and our three-point field goals are brought to you by Cooper Hurley. No need to worry. Call Cooper Hurley. 333-33-33 for Cooper Hurley. 57-38 again our score. Coming up at the end of our contest, Monarch basketball post-game show. We'll hear from head coach Mike Jones, run down the stats, get you our play of the game, and Weston DeWitt will get you caught up on scores. It's all coming up, technology permitting, after the ball game on our Monarch basketball postgame show.
You know, the Monarchs are going to play, at least right now, without a true post player. They're going to be 4 guards, and Jared Turner as App is going to shoot free throws here.
Aaron Banks goes to the line for the first time this afternoon.
He's got a great shot. I remember it was called.
He's a 53% free throw shooter. 1-1 now as the Monarchs are over the foul limit with 7:49 to go. Banks from Eatonton, Georgia, hits the first. We'll get the second. And when you're feeling good and things are going good, you've got that positive energy, positive mojo, and a 53% foul shooter hits the first.
You know, he's a guy that does a lot for their team, and shooting is not his strong point, but he contributes in a lot of other ways.
Misses the second. Shaw the rebound for Old Dominion, 58-38. Here's a right wing three for Scotty Hubbard that's good.
Good.
Hubbard's first points of the day are a three-pointer with 7:35 to play. It's 58-41. Meanwhile, Dodd into the front court. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Right-hand side, Banks. Banks takes it to the block area. Now backs it out against Jordan Battle. Now goes to the right block. Now backs it out again. Back and forth he goes. Looking downstairs. Marcus swings it to Tot. Now to Dodd on the left wing. 5 to shoot. Deep on the left wing. Takes Casey Shaw down the left side. Throws it up with the left-handed in. Oh, my. Barely got that one off.
Well, that's the type of day it's been for them, Ted. That shot looked like it was a force.
Meanwhile, speaking of forces, Jordan Battle throws one up. No good. And Jared Turner fouls Dodd after the rebound. Just a total force shot by Battle right there.
You know, he's trying to make a play, Ted, but it's not there. And you know, the clock is ticking. You know, the sand in the hourglass is going down, and now you're putting them back on the line by fouling right after it.
All right, here's a trivia question for you. Who said this? Like sands in the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
So on a short field,
McDonald Carey. Well done. Dodd to the line.
You really don't need me here, Ted. You ask and answer your own questions.
That's how I live my life. First one was still good from Dodd. He'll only get that one. Turner, the rebound for Old Dominion. 60-41, App State. 6:49 to go. Here's Shaw to the left elbow. Now takes it down the left side, draws the foul, and it'll be free throws for KC Shaw. With the clock stopped, 6:47 to go. Monarchs down 19.
4 teams that are in the CFP playoff. Texas played.
You ever heard of the soap opera days of our lives?
Yes. I spent too much time in college watching General Hospital. Are you aware that Luke unfortunately passed away this year?
Anthony Geary, yes, great actor. I was a General Hospital guy.
It's the way.
Think of Laura. First one, no good from Casey. Believe me, it's more interesting than the basketball game, folks. Monarchs can't get the rebound off the Shaw miss from the foul line, and we go the other way.
Yeah, and they've shot poorly from the line.
And that's a travel on Marcus. And the Monarchs will take over with 6:36 to play.
You know, I kind of like Marcus's game, though, Ted. He does a little bit of everything for a bigger guy. He's handled the ball. He's been smart, you know, passing it, and he's, you know, done a good job defensively for them.
Let's see what this quintet of Battle and Shaw and Hubbard and Turner and Davis Jr. can do in the final 6.5. The Monarchs a little closer. Shaw to the hole. The layup. Yes, and he's fouled. KC with a 3-point opportunity.
Yeah, and this is where I know he's scoring a little bit here now, Ted, but, you know, I don't know if...
A little stat stuffing going on?
Yeah, I don't know if these type of plays by him, if he's a winning basketball player, he's trying to get to the basket and score. You got to give him some credit for that, but we're not. Everyone else is just standing around.
60-43, 6:29 to go. Free throw from Shaw, swish. He's got 8 now. And the Monarchs will go back to the full court pressure.
I have a feeling this last 6:20 is going to take a long time, Ted. There's going to be a lot of foul shots.
Well, the first 46 or whatever, 36 is taking quite a while. You're asking me. 6:29 to go. Jordan Battle has 10 to lead the Monarchs. Cal Swanton Roger 9, 8 for KC Shaw, 7 for Jared Turner. Full court pressure. They get the ball in. Dodd, headman pass to Tot. Todd gets into the front court, hounded there by a couple of Monarchs who swipe at the basketball, but he gets the ball to Alonzo Dodd, and Aliali income free with 17 to shoot. Just killing time here. Dodd, left-hand side. Todd wide open for three. Oh, check, please, after that one. He swishes another three. That's his fourth of the day. 14 points off the bench for Jalen Todd. And it's 63-44 with 6:05 to go.
You know, and the Monarchs did a good job. There was a lot of effort put in the backcourt, and they kind of guarded the roll, and then they needed to make one more rotation out on the three-point shooter. Unfortunately, Cal didn't get out there.
Well, the thing that's difficult to watch here, Dennis, is the fact that the Monarchs have turned it up a little bit defensively, but App State's still 7 for their last 8 from the field. So has the defense been effective? I think the answer there is no. But the App State Mountaineers have also played for some pretty solid offense here today, which leads you toward better opportunities.
They've been unselfish. They've only turned the ball over 6 times, 7 times. They've played winning basketball right from the beginning, Ted.
12 assists and 26 made buckets. And they lead at 63-44 with 6:05 to go.
And Todd is having himself a night, Ted.
Yeah. Open looks, and he's hitting them.
And they're back in the little matchup zone.
Battle on the right to Shaw at the top. Back to Jordan. Into the right-hand corner to Hubbard. Hubbard back to Battle. 17 to shoot for Old Dominion. Down low, this is Jared Turner. One pass that's stolen. Stolen by Jennings of App State. Another turnover for the Monarchs. Jennings gets the ball to Wilson at the foul line, guarded by Robert Davis Jr. He's swatting at him and finally gets the foul call.
Well, if you're going to foul him, foul him. I mean, it was like playing
patty cake.
Pity patty cake.
Pity patty cake. Third personal foul against Robert Davis Jr. And that'll be the 9th against Old Dominion. So you've got Luke Wilson, 1-1. He is 3 for 4 from the line here this afternoon with 5:35 to go. Wilson's first foul shot short, no good, but there's Marcus with the second position rebound, but then he travels with the basketball.
And that's the right call. I mean, I think he did a good job of trying to keep the ball alive to tap it to himself, but the Monarchs are small on the inside of those foul shots when, Hubbard is your second biggest guy.
Means you got to box out ×2. Into the front court with 5.5 to go, 63-44 App State. Battle to Shaw. Shaw gets to the foul line extended. Right-hand side to Turner. Turner to Battle now. No look pass down low for Robert Davis Jr. Back outside. Hubbard takes a straightaway 3. That's no good. Rebound Wilson of App State. Decent ball movement from the Monarchs. Couldn't hit the straightaway 3. Heading toward the 5-minute mark. All App State this afternoon. Here's Jennings spinning to the elbow. Jumper. No good. Rebound. Marcus puts it back up and in, and he's fouled. The big body down there, Dennis, at 6'9".
Well, and as this game has gone along, Ted, the Monarchs have really gotten pushed around on the glass.
Cal Swanton-Roger back in for Scotty Hubbard. Rebounding-wise, the story, 39-21 App State.
I mean, you're not going to win many basketball games when there's that big a discrepancy.
Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival. On a
so here comes Michael Marcus Jr. trying to complete the 3-point play. He's into double figures, and that swish brings him to 13 points and 8 rebounds. Solid performance top to bottom for App State here today. Same can't be said for Old Dominion. Battle, straightaway 3. That one's no good. Long rebound comes to Robert Davis Jr. on the right-hand side. Goes one bounce to Battle, who turns and fires from the right, blocks. Can't get that to go. Cal, the offensive rebound, puts his shoulder down, puts the shot up and in.
September 24, 2016. Tulsa found themselves down 31.
Cal Swanton-Roger with the offensive board. Monarchs had a couple extra shots right there, and with 4:38 to play, they got themselves to within 66-46. Monarchs will go to 4-11 after this one, 1-2 in Sun Belt Conference play, while App State will improve their mark to 9-6 and 2-1 in the league. Again, next up for ODU is Georgia Southern, Saturday afternoon, 3:30 tip. That's the back end of a doubleheader. Women's basketball begins our day on Saturday as they take on Georgia State at 1 o'clock. Felicia Milton-Jones and company will be in action tomorrow at 2 o'clock. They'll take on Georgia Southern. And want to remind you that the Keeping Up with the Joneses basketball coaches show comes to Dirty Buffalo on Colley Avenue in Norfolk Monday night at 6 o'clock, our season premiere.
US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part, call 888.
Dennis, are you surprised that Coach Jones doesn't go deeper in his bench to give guys some time?
You know, I'm a little surprised. We didn't see Wiggins, McKenna today.
Yep.
We've seen very little of Wiggins. So, you know, I don't know what the, you know, we can ask about that, but, you know, I don't know. It appeared yesterday that McKenna was good to go, and
this is
LJ Thomas back in the lineup today.
ESPN
that might have taken a little bit of Wiggins' time, but
he's got 4 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists as LJ Thomas in his return. Monarchs go to full court pressure. Jennings has the basketball. He and Dodd are in the backcourt against Battle and Davis, and they beat the press with a pass to Top. Heading toward the 4-minute mark, 66-46. App State leads Old Dominion. There's a bad pass. It's stolen by Turner. Right-hand side, Casey Shaw drives to the hole. Layup good. Quick defense into offense, 66-48. Inbounds comes to Marcus. Marcus looking for help. Pass deflected by Shaw. Comes to Dodd. Dodd into the front court. Spins past Turner. One bounce to Tot. Left wing. Open 3. That one's no good. Long rebound comes to Shaw. 2-on-3.
That's how you let a team back in the game, is a ridiculous shot like that.
And Shaw's shot is swatted out of bounds, and the Monarchs will inbound.
You know, an 18-point lead for App State, and Todd is taking like a 25-foot 3 without any time coming off the clock.
3:53 to play here at Chartway Arena on this final day of 2025. Appalachian State 66, Old Dominion 48. This is the ODU Sports Network.
We said our officiating crew is on the ACC.
Outside.
Mike Roach is our referee today. Sean Kelly reading and going over here in the booth. So with the penalty, it'll be 3rd and 1. For the Longhorns, much more manageable here as they continue to sustain the drive. Michael Terry is in at running back. This is a former wide receiver for the Longhorns who is in the running back by committee by the way here today.
6'3", 216. That's a big body guy that you'd like to give it to him. Short, third and short. He can fly. Out of the pistol. Off to Terry into a crowd. And he won't get there.
Once again, for our folks on the stream, thank you for joining us. We'll be back again Saturday afternoon at about 3:30. It's the second half of the doubleheader. Monarch women take on Georgia State at 1. Monarch men take on Georgia Southern at 3:30. I know it's confusing. A lot of Georgia stuff going on, a lot of basketball, because tomorrow here, the ODU women play Georgia State.
Who's playing?
Nope, tomorrow the women play Georgia Southern. Saturday, the women play Georgia State. Saturday, the men play Georgia Southern.
Okay.
Now that we've cleared that up.
I don't know if you cleared it. I'm not even sure. Are we playing the Georgia Bulldogs? Who are they playing? Thank you.
Georgia Bulldogs are taking on Ole Miss, I believe,
they are.
In football.
He's going to take the snap with Jack Andrews, 88. So it looks like you're going to kind of, quarterbacks meet with the tight end instead of snap.
All right, here we go.
Take it around the left side, a big pickup.
3:53 to go. Monarchs will once again turn up the defensive pressure, trying to get some easy buckets as they trail App State 66-48. I mean, still time for the circus comeback, but we've seen no signs of that thus far. But it's never too late. Here we go. Inbound stolen there by Casey Shaw. Puts it up with the right hand around the rim. No good. Battles for the rebound. Marcus comes away with it. Into the front court. Alonzo Dodd for App State down the left-hand side. Pulls the ball back out. They don't need points. They just need the time to go tick, tick, tick. And here's Dodd to Jennings. Jennings to the elbow. Spins in the lane. Brings the ball back outside. Stolen by Jordan Battle. Awful pass there from Jennings in traffic. Got off his feet once again. Meanwhile, Battle goes to the left blocks. Pulls up the dribble right there. Brings it back to Jared Turner. Turner to the foul line. Drives and dishes to Cal. Lefty layup. Good, and he's fouled. 13 for Swanton Roger with 3:17 to go. 66-50 the ball game.
This has some similarity to the way the game at Maryland ended, where they were playing a little bit harder at the end, unfortunately. And they've also been helped by some curious decisions by the App State
Football Sunday
guards
on
and taking care of the
ESPN
ball.
Radio.
Swanton Rogers' free throw is good. He completes the three-point play. Cal, after going scoreless against Maryland, has 14 today, and it's a 66-51 ball game. 3:17 to go here at Chartway Arena in Norfolk. Ted Alexander, Dennis Wolf, courtside, watching the Mountaineers look for their first road win of the conference season. Shot up and no good, but it's knocked out of bounds by Hubbard.
Well, and another ridiculous shot by App State. I mean, it's under 3 minutes, and he's shooting a contested layup over a bigger guy.
They'd be better off just standing with the ball in their arms.
I don't understand it.
Watching the clock.
Well, the Monarchs are going to foul. They've already showed that they're going to foul.
And there's a foul right there by Turner as he plows over Marcus, I believe. And there's the look, that broom person, the mop person, was right on time right there. Right on time. They must have heard you, Dennis. Heard you coaching them up.
I have a little
I'm sure
a mental connection with them, and I
telepathic.
And his enthusiasm for his job right now isn't that. And here comes the app guy out to further embarrass him. I never like that. If you're the broom guy and they're sending out a second broom guy.
Well, he's doing it for his guy who's at the free throw line, doesn't want him to slip. Now, I thought the first job was done fine by the ODU guy.
Just based on your extensive experience in
here
mopping.
in our All-State Studios.
I interned as a mop guy at one point in my household. Here's Marcus with the first free throws good.
I often get accused of not doing anything in my household.
Just a few hours
mopping or vacuuming or cleaning.
Well,
That's my New Year resolution. I'm going to be better at all three.
Oh, come on.
I mean it. I'm very sincere in that.
Okay.
In case
So all three. So what are they again? Mopping, vacuuming,
cleaning.
And cleaning. All right. 68-51. I'm going to iron more in the new year. I need to iron more. How about that? Good.
Ohio State and Miami.
Under 3 minutes to play here, Chartway Arena.
ESPN Radio. Back to Orlando
Shaw
we go.
brings it back to Battle.
Transmitting from where
Have you ever been to
America
Times
won
Square
its
for New
freedom.
Year's, Dennis?
WESP-FM
No,
HD1
no.
Yorktown.
Into the corner, Robert Davis Jr., 8 to shoot. Back to Battle. Here's a wing three. Good for Jordan Battle.
Got a text from my mom saying
He's got 13 with 2:43 to go. It's 68-54.
I'm just very curious. It's been an interesting game for me watching Robert Davis because he's only attempted 4 shots and hasn't really moved around to try to get himself involved in the offense.
2:43 to play. Mike Jones is now out of timeouts. Dustin Kearns has 1 for App State. Both teams are in the double bonus, so will be 2 free throws for any particular foul, and you'd expect the Monarchs probably to start fouling and hope the Mountaineers would start missing free throws. Thus far this afternoon, App State is 8 for 13 from the line. The Monarchs 10 for 19. App State shooting 52% from the field, 33 from beyond the arc. The Monarchs' field goal percentage today, 39. They are 35% from beyond the arc, 6 for 17. But the rebounding story is one of the big ones here, Dennis. 41-24.
Well, and it's it's just been glaring the difference in one team's ability to rebound the ball, and the App has 13 offensive rebounds, Ted, which is a high number.
Second chance points. This is something I want to ask you as a wonderful coach. Second chance points. Before I get to the numbers, what do they tell you?
Well, they tell you, it's a way to gauge the effort of the team that's getting more second chance points. So they're going after the ball harder and they're keeping the possessions alive.
Second chance points. App State 20, Old Dominion 5. Mountaineers with the basketball. Full court pressure from Old Dominion. Working back and forth, back and forth. Come on, that's got to be the longest 5 seconds I've ever seen. But Clark gets the ball into Dodd. Dodd back to Clark. Headman pass here for Jennings. He's into the front court. 3-on-1's not going to shoot it. Goes to the wing to Tot and brings it back outside as we go under 2.5 minutes to play. 15 to shoot. Jennings down the left-hand side. Puts it up with the left hand. Good, and he's fouled.
And once again, the one-on-one defense, and just guy takes 4 dribbles and he's got an and one.
And I would think one of the things you can do to help that situation is make sure they don't get the and part. If you want to send them to the line for a couple of free throws, fine, but blast them.
Well, and you have to have an idea, Ted, when you're guarding your man. If you're too far out, if you're
shaded to one side or the other.
You want to force him down to the corner. You can't allow him to just drive right into the middle.
10-10 ball game.
First free throw is good for Jennings. The and one is good. He's got 10, and it's 71-54, 2:20 to go. Battle into the front court. Picked up there by Clark. Now Dodd switches on Jordan as he drifts to the left-hand side. Into the left-hand corner he goes. Robert Davis Jr. Jumper too strong, and it's knocked out of bounds. The rebound by App State Monarch basketball. 20 to shoot, 2:08 to play. Hubbard, Davis, Turner, Shaw, and Battle. Jordan to inbound. Gets it to KC. Back to Jordan. Takes it down to the right side. Layup no good. And the rebound's going to be grabbed by the Monarchs, but it's a foul against let's see who.
The snap back from Crippen. Good pocket here. Underwood fires over the middle.
Marcus picks up his 4th personal foul, so the Monarchs will head to the line to shoot 2 with 2:03 to go. The deficit is 17.
46-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Jelani McDonald makes the tackle for UT.
And he caught it at about 7 yards, but if you're going to catch it short of the sticks.
And again, we've got the mopping going on and the towel underneath the foot, doing that type of stuff. And don't want any of these guys to slip around out there.
Is a big senior.
Again, want to remind you, the Monarch Basketball Postgame Show comes up at the end of our broadcast here today. Again, we thank you for your patience with our technical difficulties today. Hope to have them cleaned up by tomorrow and Saturday. Here's Battle. 2 shots.
Brought down from behind. That's a pretty good tackle in space.
First one's good.
Texas's Levon Johnson
He's got 14.
But if you're Michigan, you're happy, right? He steps up in the pocket, does Underwood.
He and Cal Swanton and Roger, each with 14 points today. KC Shaw has 10. Those are the Monarchs in double figures.
Second and 1.
Second one is good.
37-yard line. This ball remains in the running back. He's in the pistol.
Swanton and Roger in.
Pull it back. Underwood to carry. Left side, made a man miss at the 30. Cuts outside the number.
And Hubbard is out. They'll bring Cal in to do the windmill effect in front of the inbounder. Clark looking. Clark again takes.
Well, one of the things, Ted, you always tell guys you can't inbound the ball while you're still behind the backboard. So if he wants to throw it to a guy in either the left side or the right side, you got to run the baseline. And this guy's like he's someone stapled his sneakers to the floor.
App State takes a timeout. That's the final for Dustin Kearns. And I want to remind you that the ODU Athletic Seats for Service Members program is presented by Diamond Direct, and it's aimed to offer Monarch fans a unique opportunity to give back. The Diamond's Direct Seats for Service Members program supports military members throughout the Hampton Roads community by sponsoring tickets to ODU athletic events. Every donation of $10 ensures that a seat is made available to local military groups. Join us in expressing gratitude to those who serve our community each and every day with the Diamonds Direct Seats for Service Members program. 2:03 to play. 71-56. App State leads Old Dominion. Again, the Monarch Basketball postgame show. We'll hear from head coach Mike Jones. Weston DeWitt will take a look at the scores. We'll run down the stats, and we'll get you set up for doubleheader Saturday. As the Monarchs and ODU women's team will play back-to-back. The women started at 1. The men pick it up at 3:30. And don't forget, the women are back in action tomorrow. Dennis, I'm going to ask you a trivia question. You must answer within 1 second. Are you ready?
Yes.
What day is it today?
New Year's Eve.
Wrong. What day of the week?
It is a Wednesday.
Correct. For most of the day today, I haven't had the faintest idea what day of the week it is. Now, either that's...
Well, you've had a lot of technical difficulties, and there must be some short-circuiting going on.
Oh, there's been short-circuiting
well.
for years upstairs here. But it's a Wednesday, so the women play tomorrow against Georgia Southern at 2 o'clock here at Chartway Arena. All right, back to the men. Full court pressure. Todd has the basketball. They double-team him, and they foul him with KC Shaw. And with 2 minutes to go, we'll wander to the other end of the court, and we'll see what kind of free throw shooter Jalen Todd is. We know he's a pretty darn good three-point shooter, as he's 4 for 7 from beyond the arc today. Helped blow this game open in the first half. Monarchs trailed 37-19 at intermission, and kind of like this past Sunday when they outscored Maryland in the second half. They outscored App in the second half, but that's not worth a hill of beans. Todd's first one, no good. He'll get one more.
Well, the lead in the second half has fluctuated. App State has just kind of played even.
Yep.
Are you afraid to slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs.
Clark out, Wilson in, the big fella for Dustin Kearns, the Mountaineers.
1-800-731.
Second free throw's no good, and Hubbard has the rebound for Old Dominion. Monarchs need to hurry it up.
Too close to the basket. He needs to be shooting his free throws.
Here's Davis Jr. right-hand side. Hubbard will fire another three, and that one hits nothing, and it goes off Casey Shaw out of bounds.
Boosting your energy and improving your sleep. Safe Step
1:46 to play.
To easily fit your existing tub space.
A little offense-defense here as Clark comes back in for Wilson.
Dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731.
How is that shot clock correct?
For a free, no obligation
It's got 16 seconds on the shot clock.
Shot clock.
There we go. They put 30 on it right now. Thank you, Dennis, for yelling that in my ear and the referees. Looking. Swatted out of bounds, Turner. And Dodd will try once again baseline left with the 6'8" Turner in front of him, making his job a little bit more difficult
for
than
ODU basketball.
initially anticipated.
WVSP-FM HD1 Yorktown. Priority Auto Sports
Looking.
Radio 94.1.
Jared jumping up and down. We've got a foul called as a couple of players hit the deck.
Save hundreds on car insurance by checking
That's Davis Jr. The Monarchs don't need to be getting puffy here. No need to get puffy here as there are words exchanged between both sides.
Well,
not the way to go about it.
When you haven't played well, like what are they doing right here?
Jennings walks away as Dustin Kearns says, "Come on over here, fellas." And the Monarchs don't need to do anything stupid here. And Mike Jones is having a word or two with his men that were on the court. Double technical foul. Jordan Battle.
Texas scored first today.
Meanwhile, Dodd's clapping his hands extra hard over there. And Dodd's going to pick up the technical for App State.
2023. Texas will get it back here with his kickoff.
So are they going to shoot it on each end and then give
or
them
let's
the ball out?
Let's just wipe both out and get along, little doggy. 105 seconds left in this mess. 71-56 App State.
Well, and again, Davis Jr. was in the middle of it.
Both sides of the ball, more so on the defensive side than offense, and it's been a huge story.
And we're going to have shots, aren't we?
Different aspects
I'm not.
of these two teams, and
I just think they called the foul, so they just. They're going to probably give him the foul shots, and then that's it.
Okay.
For the foul, the
Okay.
common foul.
All right. So Todd on the line, where he just went 0 for 2. 14 points.
One of those guys is Christian Clark, back in the running back with 36 yards of the game.
First one good. That gives him 15 for the day. It increases the league to 72-56.
We discussed before the game, and it took to this point, but this was, the two teams that really didn't like each other, even though there's been a little bit of a change in personnel.
Here's Turner after Todd went 1 for 2 from the line. 96 seconds to go. Here's Jared, left wing 3. Good. He's got 10. Second three-pointer of the day hit. It's 73-59. The Mountaineers beat the press, and down they go, and they get a layup from Marcus. Tic-tac-toe passing from the App State Mountaineers. They lead at 75-59, 1:10 to go. Davis Jr. long 3, no good. Rebound to Marcus, and he's fouled by Scotty Hubbard. And we'll go to the other end, and there'll be foul shots for Marcus with 1:05 to play. 75-59. Second chance points, 20-7 now. Rebounding.
The other side of the field.
Let's see, total rebounds today, 43.
holds the hold.
to 27 in favor of App State.
Roach saw it, made the call. Negates that nice run by
And while that's a big margin, it somehow seems like it was much wider.
20. Two of the young players, Dylan McCutcheon, a freshman wide receiver, lined up slot right.
22-13 at the half. Here's Marcus to the line to our right.
Makes a great grab around the 40 and gets 4 to 5 more.
And the first one falls off the front of the rim. He'll get one more. 65 seconds till we can put this one to bed.
Strong hand catch by Emmett Mosley with the defender draped all over him, but is able to fight for another 5 yards after that catch. Transfer from Stanford, Mosley at 23 catches.
Second one is good. So Marcus goes 1 for 2. He's got 17 points. Impressive day for that young man. It's 76-59, and we've got 60 seconds to play. Here's Battle. Battle penetrates back to Turner. He'll fire another 3, and he'll hit another 3. Cooper Hurley 3 for Jared Turner, 76-62. Pass is deflected out of bounds by Turner as they tried to go a home run, and he got his defensive back hat on and sent it out of bounds.
I'm going to imagine, as well as App State played, their coaching staff's not going to be happy with how the last 3-4 minutes here played out.
Jennings will inbounds side court just to our right with 46.6 to go. Shaw is on Dodd. Jump pass, and there's a foul as Turner was going for the steal. He ran into Jason Clark, and we'll go back to the line with 2 more shots for App State. Mike Jones calling for his players to come over.
Because you usually want to bang a timeout there because 35 is much more.
Jared Turner is just fouled out. That's why Mike Jones gets the mini timeout.
Play caller is also the head coach.
And they'll put Zach Wiggins back in. Scoring-wise for Old Dominion, Battle with 15, Swanton Roger 14, Shaw 10, 13 for Jared Turner, 3 for Hubbard, 3 for Davis Jr., 4 for Thomas. At the other end, 3 players in double figures for App State. Marcus 18, Tot 16, Jennings 10, Dodd with 8, 9 for Wilson. And Clark looking to add to his total of 3. First one's no good. He'll get one more with 40.5 seconds to go.
21-yard gain to Wingo, but Manning in that pocket, I mean, only one of 2 things were going to happen. The 2 things are smashed in the backfield, and somehow he got the throw away. And he showed you his
second one's no good. Rebound comes to Robert Davis Jr. Outlet pass left-hand side, Jordan Battle. 9-second differential, shot clock and game clock as Battle takes it down the left-hand side, brings that out to KC. Right-hand side, Robert Davis. Here's a 3, good. Robert Davis hits his second 3 of the game. He's got 6 points. It's 76-65, 27 seconds to go, and a foul called at midcourt.
As good as the pass Arch Manning just threw, that one was better. He puts it right in the window down the left sideline between 3 defenders. I mean, it hits the young receiver McCutcheon right in the hands, and he just straight drops it.
And is that the
Mike
5th?
Beasley brought up earlier. The Manning kind of turned the corner really in the second half on October the 25th in Mississippi.
Going to the line will be Luke Wilson.
Texas 17-point comeback. They beat the
He'll get 2. Wilson today, 9.6 rebounds. Dodd 7 assists along with his 8 points. And here we go. First to 2 is no good.
And you can see as this game's gone along, they're not a great free throw shooting team.
Arch Manning saw it. He was yelling at the headline judge, face mask. I think the flag
One more for Marcus. He hits that one. Excuse me, that's Wilson, who's now into double figures with 10. Shot clock off, 22 seconds to go, 77-65. Shaw, 1 bounce to Davis Jr., turns and fires a 3 and hits a 3. All cosmetic here at this point. You make it look a little closer than it actually was with 16.9 to go. But you like to see the effort through the tape, if you will. Run through the tape. Dodd looking, brings the ball into Marcus, and he's fouled by Hubbard. 16 seconds to go.
Outside of the back of the helmet, that constitutes a face mask. Any opening, you're going to get called for a face mask.
The Mountaineers piling up the free throw attempts, as you might expect, as the Monarchs have been in let's foul as much as possible.
Jack Andrews, the tight end, was
77-68. 16 seconds to go as we parade to the foul line to our right. Again, the Monarch Basketball postgame show coming up next. We'll hear from Mike Jones, run down the stats. Weston DeWitt will take a look at the scoreboard, and we'll get out of here into New Year's Eve 2025.
He kept his head up.
You a Dick Clark guy?
I am a Dick Clark guy.
In the end zone, was able to put just enough on it to get it to him for the touchdown.
First one good from Marcus.
American Bandstand?
Yep.
I could see you being...
Dick Clark was one of my idols. Just so smooth, and everything he did came off as a true gentleman. One more for Marcus.
As your friend, I think you could be describing yourself.
Second one is good. And there's my Christmas gift, the big gift. 79-68. They play roly-poly, and they pick it up just over the midcourt stripe, and Battle goes to the right-hand side and turns and throws it up and hits the layup, and he's fouled, and he's going to go to the line for the three-point play.
You know, this excitement when it wasn't there during the meat of the game.
Yeah, the hooting and hollering when you're down.
It's very interesting to me. You know, you're happy that you scored, but you're not winning this game.
And the outcome has not been in doubt.
Go to the lawyers that I trust. Larry King's helped my family.
Since the
He
start.
can help yours. You're
At least the
injured in an
first 10
accident,
minutes.
You don't know what to do. If you have pain because of that accident or other type of issues, your
Jordan
insurance company
Battle.
doesn't help you. Well, Larry King can help you.
To the line
Give him a
with
call.
11.2
That's
to
what
go.
I was able to do. Get the help you need. Larry King lost 757 injured. That's 757.
Free throw is good.
J-U-R-E-D.
Trying to make New Year's Eve plans without spending
Swanton
a fortune on
Roger
cover
in.
charges and
He'll wave the
reservations?
hands in
Ballyhoo's
front of
makes
Dodd,
it easy.
trying to make the
Join them
inbounds
for their
pass
New
more
Year's Eve
difficult.
Give
Monarch
and
set
Dance
up in the
Party.
full
They're
court
cranking up the
pressure.
dance music with your favorites
Looks
from
like
the
they'll
70s
call
to
off the
today.
dogs
Win prizes for best
or
dressed,
not,
most creative,
as
top
Cal
couple
goes for the
dances,
reach in.
plus a champagne toast
And
event.
Dodd will go to
No
the
stress,
line
no
with
crazy
5.4
prizes,
seconds
just
to go.
great music,
I don't
dancing, and
understand
good
that, Ken.
vibes
I
all
don't
night
think
long.
Coach Jones wanted
Ballyhoo's
to
is
foul
the
there.
place to be this New Year's Eve.
know,
Check them out on Facebook or visit
Yeah.
ballyhoosva.com.
There's still a lot of unnecessary talk going on back and forth between these teams. Just end the game.
Just end the
shake
game.
hands and let's go.
And
For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You
all right,
always
Dodd
have
to the
a place
line.
in MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline.
He's 0 for 1.
877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
That first one's good.
94.1.
He'll get one more.
Is here to
Try and get himself into double figures with 5.4 seconds to go. 80-71 App State.
With one low, fixed rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as
Second one's good.
That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying
And they
stuff
roll it
with
into
a
battle,
SoFi
and he's
personal
across the
loan.
midcourt stripe, and he'll stop and take it all the way to the line and lay it up and in with 0.4 to go. 20 points for Battle. And that's going to do it. That is that. The App State Mountaineers have come to Norfolk and won their first road game of the Sun Belt Conference season by a final count of 81-73. App State now 9-6 overall, 2-1 in Sun Belt Conference play. The Monarchs of Old Dominion 4-11 overall and 1-2 in the league. And Dennis, not much time to think about this one between now and Saturday when Georgia Southern comes to town.
No, you have to immediately regroup and get back at it, Ted, because you know, at the very least now you want to come out of the weekend 1-1.
Monarch basketball postgame show coming up next right here on the ODU Sports Network.